Goodness gracious. Sorry about that. I didn't have music for you. I was over here. I was in my own, I was chanting down Bobby line. Good morning. Come with the chant down Bobby line one more time. One more time. Good morning. Happy Monday. Good morning. Who's that? Christine. Good morning. It was a little silent start. I was over here listening to music. I forgot to turn on the intro music, but that kind of happens. Let me see. I did everything I'm supposed to do. Happy Monday. It's on public, share, this, that, the other. What I want to talk about today? I don't know. I don't know what's in the news, but I tell you what I was looking at. Pie. Getting into discussions about the slave trade. That's always fun. That's always fun. Ending the power. Shutting the power off. It's just a button. I was talking to a sister this morning talking about the African slave trade. You know, when all the white people came for the black people. Not what happened. No, that is not what happened. Not what happened. Not if you know your history. No, and it didn't end with anything other than African kings and lords. Their families start getting grabbed. They stopped taking you little poor, the little poor tribes. They stopped taking the serfs and they started taking the royals. And when the royals started getting grabbed up and taken from Congo and other parts of Africa, then that's when the lords that turned on you decided, oh, you know what? We need to maybe stop this. It was okay when it's poor blacks going in slavery. When you lower and the weaker tribes. But when the powerful ones started getting caught up, then it was a problem. And I don't think that's ever ended. I don't think that ever ended. That's the system. That's why I say it's the system. That's not, I didn't say it. Bob Marley said it. The system. Your fight is against the system. These people, they have no issue with slavery. They don't have a problem with slavery. They will enslave you in a minute. They want to be the royals. There's a difference between a person who at a principle level has an issue with oppression and slavery, and domination and control, and people who don't want to have anything to do with the system. A system that requires oppression. So the system we were talking about voting. Oh boy, here we go. I'm not even gonna get into it. You do what you feel is right. That's all I tell you. Do what you feel is right. That's all I can say. Do what you feel is right. I can tell you this. I have no interest. I have no interest in the system. I have no interest in the oppression engine that this has become. Good morning, Trish. Let me see. I'll find the earth when the sun returns. If it does this spring, what you mean if? Trish, you know something I don't know? Did your family find something on that island you're not telling us about? Let me see. My flea leg bit of my flea leg bit of the planet is buried in snow right now. Oh, flea leg bit. Well, I don't know what flea leg bit, Trish. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But yeah, we don't have any snow here. It's weird. It's like 70 degrees here. I was out in flip-flop. I'm sweating right now. I'm gonna have to turn the air on. I'm about to take my air conditioning privilege and turn the air on in a minute. Hang on. Let me take these African kings that are taking them the non-royals to slavery. Let me move them down so you can see the animations. Good morning. Yeah, it was 70 degrees here. Oh, 70 was hot. Declaration of Independence, the original rough draft. Ooh. I have to read that, Adam. I remember that from a long time ago. I used to be in the Constitutional Party. And now I don't believe in the system anymore. I just don't. I think that they were starting in the right direction, but they got railroaded like they always do. So I don't know what we're talking about. I just think you should shut the power off. That's my whole thought process this morning is, you want to fight a system? You don't need armies. You don't need guns. You don't need bullets. You don't need any of that. All you got to do is just shut it off. Just press the power right there. It's like your computer. When your computer is so corrupt, so corrupt, and it's just got a little bit of corruption, you got to shut it off. You can't fight it. And this is from an IT perspective. But when your system becomes corrupt, you can only shut it off. You can try to vote all you want. You can vote, press this button, that button. You can install some McAfee. You can install Norton. You can put in black ice, put in whatever you want to put in. When your system is slowly, when it got that first piece of corruption, it's going to continue to get corrupt. Now you can fight it, you can slow it down, but you're not going to stop the corruption. Eventually your system's going to collapse. And so there is no fighting of this system. You don't fight a system, you fight people. That's why they have the poor people on this side fighting the poor people on that side. That's how all of this works. When you just walk away from this, you just press that power button, you just walk away, the system goes, and then you have to worry about it. Then you have to worry about it. But as long as you keep power in play, all of this right here, this is always going to happen. It's going to happen generation after generation after generation, and people don't seem to get that. All right. Anyway, good morning. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing this Monday? How's everybody doing? Oh, we were talking about communism. Same perspective on communism. Well, I'm not for communism. It's never happened, and it's never happened like real capitalism never happened, like real socialism never happened, because real doesn't happen. Not on crony earth, not in a model that's developed that people would keep people in conflict with one another. You'll never have communism. You need something new. Expression, tiny bit of the world. Okay, Trish, that's a tiny bit of the world. Under some snow. Yeah, I don't do snow. In fact, I need to go south. I can't grow what I need to right now. So eventually, I'm going to get the hell out of here. But I got to stay for the moment. I got to stay, Trish. I don't get to go anywhere because I was... Oh, this is a horrible analogy. Oh, it's a horrible analogy. I'm going to go along with it because Graham Hancock agreed with it. He was on Rogan. I was watching the old Graham Hancocks on Rogan this weekend. Oh, I missed a whole bunch of them. I guess he's been on Rogan like four or five times. I was watching the early one, and I can't say it. Now it's too rough. It's too rough. It was just like, America's jamming the earth, and that we are jamming the earth with America and the phallus symbol, but we're just in the part that makes the sperm. I'm not gonna start. I'm gonna stop with that. I'm gonna stop right there. Hopefully, he's gonna run with that one. That we're in the balls of the system, and that we need to stop being injected. We need to stop the system. We just have to walk away. It was a good talk with Rogan and Hancock. Deep brother. I always appreciate his perspective. But we're screwing the earth. That was the analogy. We are screwing the planet, and there's no American empire because we can't afford an empire. And we were off in a discussion this weekend on that too. America's not an empire. There's no American empire. Americans can't afford an empire. The Portuguese can't afford an empire. Britain can't afford an empire. Spain can't afford it. Nobody can afford an empire without the banks. So it always comes back down to banks. Game over. That's right, John. If you press the power button, game is over. I'm sweating because I'm nervous. What am I nervous about, Beaufont? I'm sweating because it's hot. Man, it's 70 degrees yesterday, and this dummy decided to put on a long sleeve shirt. It's hot in here. But what would I be nervous about? I'm not really nervous about anything. I'm a little weird when it comes to that. Hang on, let me switch the music over. I'm a little weird when it comes to that. I don't really believe like this is real. I kind of just feel like we're in this simulation. I kind of agree with simulation theory. I just think while we're here, we do what we can. Let me read some comments. See where it goes. Australia, I think some of the fires are being put out. Beaufont is out of jail. Welcome out of jail, Beaufont. Which is actually, that's a good topic we haven't talked about in a while, is censorship. Why all this censorship online? The only purpose for censorship online is people are developing common sensing. That's the only reason anything's censored online. It's not censored to protect you. It's not to save you from Beaufont's sexual memeisms. The only reason that you're being censored online is because at the core of it, Beaufont's anti-war, like a lot of people are anti-war. A common sensing is being developed on this social media thing, and the system can't have that. There are no evil people. There's no evil Mark Zuckerberg or evil Facebook or evil Google. It's just a system. The system requires conflict. And if you develop a common sense again on this damn planet, in your country, in your state, wherever you happen to be, then the system is going to curtail that because the system requires conflict. That's why all you got to do is press that power button. That's all you got to do. Press the power button and we can build a beautiful world. If you fight the system, you're going to do exactly what you want to do. if you fight somebody else in the system or fight the system, all you're gonna do is support it. All you do is prop it up. You can't fight what you need to walk away from. You're complaining of a cold and hot. No, Lori, I don't have menopause. Stop that. I don't have no menopause. Not yet. That's a few years off, isn't it? No, it's just hot here because I got the heat on, and it's been so warm this weekend. Way too warm. All right. Let me see. Come to Low Vibe Worcester, Gerard, and help her with the plague she has. Susan, I cannot help you with the plague. Girl, all I can tell you is drink your smoothies, eat natural things. Don't eat as little glyphosate as you can, grow as much of your food as you can. Don't eat gluten, right? Try to live natural, do the exact opposite of what the system tells you to do, because the system requires you to be sick. I can't go anywhere. I'm in slavery. Where am I go? Where am I go? You know what? This is probably my great granddaddy sold into slavery by these dudes right here. All right, and because the king put them on a mission to sell them into sell my ancestors into slavery. He worked with the Portugals and the Americans and the British to sell me. And he only got upset with it when his family started getting sold. He didn't mind with my ancestors because we were serfs, we were poor, we was peasants. He didn't mind when we got sold into slavery. He got upset when they started grabbing his family and taking them into slavery. That's why I say you can't have power. It's always about lords and kings. It's never about skin color, nor religions, nor any of the dumb stuff they give anybody. Gotta be healthy and strong. How come I see different comments here than over there? I just recently started seeing them here. What'd you start seeing there, Courtney? Good idea. Someone might press the button. The button's got to get pressed, Christine. That was the analogy I was trying to use with sister I was talking to this morning. You just got to press the button. You got to press the button. You can't install more software. You can't install another president. You can't install different congressmen. You can't install Norton antivirus. You can't install McAfee. When your system is corrupt, press the damn power button and start over. That's what you got to do. You got to. It's like Susan must be sick. Susan, you got the flu, girl. What you got to do sometimes? What do you do when you get the flu? What do you do when you have a stomach flu? You press the button, right? When you start feeling that, you know you got to do it. You know it's a 24-hour bug, and you know you got to empty the system out. What do? You go in the bathroom, you stop fighting that vomit. Oh, girl, you bring bad memories. Bad memories. Oh, I haven't been sick in like 15 years. You go in that bathroom, you feel there's something about a toilet. You kind of stand over the toilet and you feel the beat and heat and sweat, start feeling hot, feel something bubbling up. Trying to figure out which end is gonna come out, this one or that one, and whichever one. See, if it come out the other end, you gotta turn around, sit down real quick. If not coming out this end, then you go that one. Sometimes you gotta press the button, you gotta hit the reset, you gotta start all over. And that's what a stomach flu is, right? Your gut, the bacteria, the flora and the fauna in your gut saying we need to press the reset button. The system ain't working. You got too much of something else in here. We need to flush it all out. And I think we need to flush it all out. I think Bob Marley was right on that. I don't have nothing to talk about today. That's it. That's like, how you fight the system, you turn it off. How do you fight a corrupt system? Turn it off. That's it. Yeah. And he said, well, I don't think just not voting is going to help. Well, I didn't say not to vote. There's a difference between not voting and not consenting to the system. Not voting is somebody just doesn't care, right? That's somebody, they're playing video games on their sofa or something. Walking away from the system intentionally because you realize the system is corrupt and it needs to be powered down, that's not voting. That's just that's not consenting. That is, I want to vote. I want to control my governing. Actually, I'm kind of lying because I don't even want a government, but as long as we have one, I'm only going to support one I control. If we don't control it as citizens, I don't have nothing to do with it. But I was thinking about that this weekend too. I know that I trust the human race. I was thinking about it today. I don't trust the individual monkeys, but I trust like the whole conglomerate of monkeys because I'm a part of this thing, and I trust them. I trust people, not person. I do trust people. But what I don't trust governed people. I posted that this weekend. I don't know if anybody, some people understand what I'm talking about. I trust people. I do not trust governed people, because governed people are indoctrinated people. There are people who will put me in conflict with like this. This is how this happened. These people were governed. They were on the easy side. They were on the winning side. These folks were on the losing side. So they went into slavery. And that's how the system works here today. You know, people still talking about war. And like, you know, do you actually think a government that lies about your water is going to tell you the actual truth about what's happening in Iran or Syria? Do you think a government, a governing body that's corrupt, that will steal your land and put pipelines of oil under it? They're going to tell you the truth about a war in Iran for oil, or wherever else they want to make a new oil war. A lot of people believe a lot of silly things. You know, the system will always turn on you. Whatever your identity is, whatever you identify with, eventually when your group gains enough power, the people at the top, they're royals. They will turn on you. They will always turn on you. It's a human thing. Unfortunately, it's how it works on a planet where everybody is in conflict for resources, and there aren't enough resources to go around. And there are enough resources to go around. We just don't want them going around. We agree with the lords and the kings that always sell us into slavery to stay in power. And it goes for the patriots too. Same damn thing. You're sitting here cheering the system. I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me what's true from civics class. I'm still waiting. I have not seen anybody tell me anything that's true that I vote. If you tell me what was true from civics class, tell me any of that stuff was true. Liberty, freedom, democracy. I can buy some land, own some land. People leave me alone, grow some food, have a wife and some kids, and be in freedom. Tell me any of that was true. None of that was true. That you got an executive branch, and you've got you've got the Supreme Court with the executives and the Senate and the congressmen. I don't even remember half of it, to be honest with you, because they're all dirty and corrupt. Banks tell them all what to do. So what's the point? I don't even remember. I just know that you got some criminals at the top. And yes, Lori, you will always have hoarders. If there's something to be hoarded, you will have hoarders. So how do you get rid of hoarders? You press the power button, right? Greed is the problem. Greed, that's why you had slavery, all right? That's why you got oppression and why you got war. Greed. That's why your water has Viagra and Ritalin, and probably got syphilis and gonorrhea, and it probably got oil. It got everything's in your water with the fluoride and the chlorine. It's probably all up in there. Greed. Right? How do you get rid of greed? How do you get rid of hoarders? You take away the thing that's being hoarded. You just give everybody something. That's it. You press the power button. You get the robots that grow all the food, build the houses, and done. I need to speak about that too. I think Sister Christine won't understand. Christine around, they understand what I was saying when I said we need robots to grow the food. People say, no, we need horses and manure. I'll grow my own. Okay, I'm glad you can grow your own. But that's not the point I was making. So it's a long story. Bottom line is that when you see people doing automated grow systems, please don't believe that's not what I'm talking about. Right? You have a lot of automated grow systems, but what we have is something called learning software. Right? How plants evolved, it was in food forests. Okay, it was not in modern agriculture. It was not under cow dung, horse poop, and all of that piled up 2-3 inches high. And you can do that if you want to do that. You're not going to make a healthy plant if you do that. You need a soil food web. You need a diverse community of microbiology working together in the soil, and that only comes from not having a farm with 80 million tomatoes planted in one field. You have to have the mint next to the corn, and the corn next to the basil, and the basil next to an evergreen, and the evergreen next to... You need to have a diverse food forest. And you're only going to get that with learning software. You're not going to get that with humans. Why? You're too damn big. Your hands are too big. Your eyes, you get busy. You got to take a break. You got to eat some food. You got to drink some water. You got to fight the system. you got a bunch of stuff to do. Got kids. You got to chase around. The little robots can go in and grow a food forest. And remember that it planted this here, that there, basil here, thyme here, cilantro over here, tomato here, and go back and harvest it and not damage any of the crops. The only way we get back to growing plants in a healthy way, the way they evolve, is with automation. So when I say that, it's not just that because we can use learning software to grow food healthier, but we can grow it for free. Now, if you want to go get your horse and plow and do your thing, you can do that thing. And I think people should do that. In fact, to be honest with you, I'll be growing some of my own. It's just when we live in a time where we can feed everybody, we need to feed everybody. And we feed everybody healthy, you'll collapse big. If you use automation to grow food forests with learning software in green growing box, you will collapse the pharmaceutical industry in 10 years. 10 years, they're gone. You will have an epidemic of health. The other thing I wanted to mention, I was thinking about war and empire building. We need to build an empire. I've changed my mind on empire. I've changed my mind. I think about it a different way. We need a worldwide empire. I now agree with the worldwide empire. I don't agree with the worldwide bank empire. I don't agree with the worldwide American or British fake empire with a bank behind it. I agree with an abundance worldwide empire. Because you can invade a nation in multiple ways. You can invade it with drones, you can invade it with tanks and bombs and guns, and force people to do what you want them to do because you think your religion's right, or you think you're a good person, or your communism you think is better, your capitalism you think is better, your democracy you think is better. Or you can build a world empire without any force. You can build it on food. You can build it on automation. You can build it on, if you stopped sending drones and tanks and battleships to people's country and you started sending automated grow systems and food and houses and energy and technology, what do you think those people are going to do? They're going to turn on their own governments. That's what they're going to do. They say, wait a minute, whoa, y'all want to keep us in conflict over slavery and oppression and keeping this pyramid scheme in place and keeping everybody in conflict, and they just want to give us free things that make more free things? Everybody would sell out. Everybody in Iran would sell their entire government out, and they would go along with a freedom system because everybody wants to be free. You can build a worldwide empire on the Venus Project. You can build a worldwide empire on the Zeitgeist movement. You can build a worldwide empire on a resource-based economy, the Ubuntu. Solutions are everywhere. But of course, do we want that kind of empire? Do we want an empire where people just wake up in the morning and do what they choose? I kind of like that. I kind of like the sound of that. That's just me, though. Just me. Maybe they're not really drones. Courtney, what are you talking about? You talking about UFOs? We're not doing UFOs today. Yes, Kim. Low-flying military helicopters often here. Scary every time. So loud. There shouldn't be anything called a military helicopter. You shouldn't be able to murder people from the sky. That's just the dumbest thing I ever heard. That's a psychopath that made that idea. Use helicopters to save people from car accidents and do decent things with it. And yeah, they maybe not be drones. Well, you know what, Courtney, what I think on that, I think you're right. I think that not everything you see in the night sky is a drone, but I think a lot of people are seeing drones and they're calling them UFOs, but I think they're UFOs up there. I think technology exists. We know they're out there, but them not engaging that discussion is the powerful thing. Like, government never engaging in conspiracy keeps them in power because they don't have to engage. They never engage and never say, they never answer the question. They never answer the question of the whistleblowers that try to tell us what they're up to. Then you get a lot of people who make up stuff. And so now you got honest people who are saying, hey, we got free energy, but then you also got the aliens made me pregnant and stole my baby too. You got those people too, because they know the government's not going to question them. They're not going to address any sort of whistleblower telling the population that they're lying, or they just don't know what's going on in these black budget projects. There's a big drone mystery going on here in Colorado. Well, is that wait a minute, Courtney, is that the one where they're seeing like 6 at nighttime flying over? I thought that they said that was a drone. I thought there was a witness that said that it looked like a large drone, a large 6-foot drone. We're gonna need to grow it in greenhouses because the weather manipulation. I think that part of their plan, taking away our ability to grow food and get solar energy. Oh, it's a whole lot there, Kim. It's a whole lot there. I was thinking about that this week. So first of all, absolutely, it needs to be grown in greenhouses. We need to grow more inside under as much natural solar radiation as possible. The climate is changing. The climate is changing. I don't know why people think that I'm a climate change denier. I'm not a climate change denier. I'm a climate changing because you're changers who said it was changing and want to tax it denier. That's what I am. The climate's changing. We need to grow in greenhouses. I just don't believe in fighting what's inevitable. I think that that's stupid. I think that the planet's going to go back to being a rock of ice or rock of fire, and we don't get to live here. I think we need to work together to get the hell off of it. In the meantime, we need to grow in greenhouses so everybody can have some food. That's my stance on that. But and so the other thing is, I think it's stupid. Like we know that the sun's going to become a red giant eventually, right? We can't stay here. It's not just the earth that's telling us that. It's not the earth that's trying to say, get your bags and go home. It's time for y'all to get the hell out of here. The sun is saying it too. The sun is saying it too. If you know what a red giant is, I don't want to be here. And my problem is if I get on that boat, Kim, with them and I start fighting climate change with attacks. If they actually win, all right, let's say for a minute, Kim, let's say for a minute that they win. Let's say for a minute that they know what they're doing. They say to get Greta and Leo DiCaprio and whatever these people are, they all get together and they stop the planet from doing what the planet been doing for 15 billion years, because the planet shouldn't be doing that, changing the damn climate. The hell wrong with you? Let's say for a minute they do. What happens next? Well, so we get to stay here on the planet, and I don't know how they're going to stop it. Maybe they stop it from rotating or something. That doesn't sound like a great idea. But eventually, let's just say they figure it out. Then they're going to fight red giant change. And I don't think I want to be here. You know what? I barely want to be here when they're fighting climate damn change. It's 15 billion year old how every damn planet in the solar system and the whole universe works. When they start fighting red giant change, man, I got an issue. I got an issue for the So absolutely, got to grow in greenhouses. But that's why I'm not interested in the whole climate change thing, because they always, like, the people who make the problems, they always get you off to try to solve the problem that they made. And I don't think that the people who cause all the problems have any interest in solving them. I don't know. But once again, that's why you can't talk about geoengineering on most of these social media websites, because they know the government's geoengineering. It's what they've always been doing. And it's not just the classified stuff. They do it in your face too. Like Australia. I was looking at the brothers talking about Australia. A lot of that was geoengineered. You realize that your house is geoengineered? We mentioned that a few months ago. People buy a house. Did you leave the forest? Did you leave the moss? Did you leave any of the natural trees? Or did you go to Home Depot and pick out your evergreens? You changed the damn climate at your house. We changed the climate of entire neighborhoods and developments. They're not trying to fight climate change. We are a destroyer of ecosystems. That's who we are. It's what we're going to do. We just need to get the hell off the planet and create an ecosystem on a big flying ship or something and destroy that ecosystem. Because we can replenish and replace that one. But we can't stay here on Earth. We gotta go. We gotta go, people. We cannot stay here. Don't listen to these ignorant people. Please don't listen to them. Do not listen. Think for yourself. Listen to what these people are saying. Go do your research. We gotta go, y'all. It's time to go. Tricky, get the bags. We got to go, but we need to grow in greenhouse before we go. I'm sorry. I think that's funny. Red giant change. Red giant change. We need to stop the giant from changing. That sun kind of big. A little bit, kind of big. All right. What y'all? Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, May. How y'all doing this morning? And that's where I always stop. I just help everybody. Like, how dumb it is, the idea we can help everybody and we don't want to help everybody. I don't understand how people. Well, you know what? No, let me take it back. Because it's not dumb. It's ignorance, right? Like, usually we just want to help the purple people. We don't want to help the yellow people. We got enough food for the yellow people. We got enough food for those people and the white people and the green people. No, we just gonna help the purple people. We don't help the other people. If you got enough, if you have endless resources, you have automation and robots, you have endless resources, why wouldn't you help everybody in need endlessly? And the only reason you wouldn't is ignorance. People don't know. People don't know. I'm gonna go live inside a cave. No, you're not, Stacy, because you like sunshine. And ain't you with the booty hole shining crew? Ain't y'all with the ones going out there getting under the sun and like mooning the sun or something because it helps you get immunity or something? No, you're not. And neither will I. Nobody wants to live in a cave in a bunker. Like even their ideas are psychotic. But we're gonna build a bunker and go live underground. Government continuity while all the monkeys up here die. No. You can go. Do you know what's going to happen to the psychopaths that run your government that aren't like trying to catch the whole Epstein network? They're letting them all get away. You know the long-term benefits of taking them out of the sun and putting them underground in a bunker with pools and food and shrimps and steaks and do you know what's going to happen to them? You ever watched, what is the name of that movie, Time Machine? What are the creatures? You got the Morlocks and the other ones. But you know what? But I bet you back then they were just normal human beings and they live underground. You know, when you go take a psychopath that doesn't give two damns about any child on this planet and you put them underground, you take their brain out the sunshine for I don't know, 2, 4, 5 generations. I wouldn't want to be here. That's why I say we gotta go. We gotta go because they at least want to go underground and keep doing it. They want to do it to the next civilization of humans. I'm like, nope, I want to go. Kill me or let me go. Kill me or set me free because I ain't staying here. The elite ain't bad enough as it is. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Citizen Dev. Let me see. Howdy, G. Shh, I ain't trying to have me a nice cup of Java. That's all you can do, Citizen Dev. You get your cup of tea, you get your Java, your tea, and you start looking at the world. Just try to increase the sensing. That's all. Increase the sensing. The only thing that the system is fighting on social media. They don't want you connecting with other people. They want to keep the world small. No, they want to keep the world big. In reality, the world is shrinking and technology is shrinking the world. This internet thing is creating all kind of people and they're connecting and we're developing a common sense instead of like my own little ignorant indoctrinating sensing. And the system can't have that. Can't have that at all. What? No, the sky will kill you even without humans and aliens. Absolutely, since something's always trying to kill us. Something's always trying to kill us. It's not a conspiracy theory. People need to watch Doomsday Preppers. Y'all don't watch. I'm telling you, y'all's laughing at them people, but they were right about one thing. Everything is trying to kill us. The bugs are trying to kill us because you get the pathogens that create new ones. They're evolving. Everything wants to reclaim the energy. And if it's not bad enough that and the monkeys and the spiders and everything else wants to eat us, consume us, and start all over again, there's always an asteroid coming. The asteroid wants to blow this place up. The flood waters want to rise. Y'all know it rained for 2 million years. Did anybody know about that? I just found out about that this morning. I was watching a lecture and the guy was there was a period of time, it was in the Jurassic where it rained for 2 million years. 2 million years. How does it we gotta go. Y'all get your bags. Get your bags, get your brats. Get your bags and your brats, y'all. We have to get off of this planet. We need to use we got it. 2 million years. I was upset this summer. It rained for almost a month. For 30 days, water was coming out the sky. For a month, I was ready to go. Mold everywhere and fungus, and you breathe, you can feel it in your lungs. I don't want to be at rain for 2 million years. But you gonna fight that too? With rain change, we gonna fight rain change. No, let's not do that. No, I'm not cheering with the other side, because when you say that and they think you cheering, I'm not cheering with the other side. Oh, nothing's changing. This is normal. This is the polar bears and the grizzly bears supposed to be mating. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, when the polar bears and the grizzly bears are mating, making growler bears, you know something's wrong. Something's wrong. The Inuits, they can't even find enough the Norwhales because they swimming further and further north. Oh, everything's changing. Everything's changing. Everything. So I'm not on the other side. I hit both sides. That's the problem, because both sides are ignorant. That's why you got to hit both sides. You don't have to pick a team. There should be I say there should be 7 billion religions on the planet. There should be 7 billion teams on the planet. When you got 7 billion teams, assuming there's 7 billion people on this planet, they ain't lying to us like I think Patricia said. Patricia said that? I forgot who said that. How you know it ain't 300 million people? I don't know. I'm not going to debate that. Why would I debate that? I have no idea. These people lie about oxygen. Yeah, so yeah, they probably lie about that too. I was in jail. Somebody was in jail. We were in jail with Beaufort. I was in jail. I hollered at you for bail. John you were in prison with Beaufort? Y'all in the same cell? Who did one sleep over the other? Let me stop. Let me pull up. Stop. I was about dropping the suit. Anyway. But you know what? That's a good point. Like prison system. You sentient creatures make prison systems. System. The word system. Like, I get prison. I get that. I get cage. I understand that. I understand sometimes you gotta put people in a cage. Sometimes people don't act right. I get that. Sometimes, hey, calm down. Because we put our friends in cages. Y'all get the beef and stuff when we were kids. You grab your brother and somebody, you hold him down. Calm down. You know, he's like trying to fight, act a fool. And when you let him go, you don't let him go right away. You wait till he's calm. So I agree with cages. Sometimes you gotta restrain people. But why would you make a system? for prisons. The minute you make it a system, you've made an industry. The minute you made an industry, someone's going to profit from putting bodies in that thing. System. That's why I call them psychopaths. Well, I don't call them psychopaths. You're neuroscientists. The tops of all governments are all psychopaths. I don't know why y'all want another one for 2020. The tops of all churches are psychopaths. The tops of all corporations are psychopaths. The psychos always bubble to the top because they got more tools. Why in the hell do I want a system? Slavery was a system. System. It wasn't a thing. These African kings, no, they didn't want like a buck or two with seven. They wanted guns. They wanted the things that Europe, the goods and the trinkets and the clothes and the shoes. They wanted all of that. They made a system. Oh no, we ain't gonna just say, yeah, hey, you don't know that you got coltan in the ground yet, but you sure got a lot of black people running around. So the black people with the crown, with a lot of money in the crowns, they got more jewels in the robes. So the black people, they had none. All right, and they didn't care who they sold them to. They could care less. System. System. Not skin color. System. Slavery did not start on skin color. Please throw that ignorance out the window and shove it up your booty hole, wherever you got it. Or your elite's booty hole. That's ignorance. System. Doesn't matter who's in power. You can put the yellow people in power. They're going to enslave all the purple people, and they're going to use the yellow people to enslave the purple people, and use the yellow people to enslave the red people, the yellow people to enslave the blue people. And when they're done enslaving everybody and nobody else is enslaved, the elites of the yellows are going to enslave the yellows too. That's how it works. You cannot have power on this planet. We are not evolved enough for that nonsense. All right. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Daniel. Let me see. The rainbow tribe shall take over and cleanse. We don't need no stinking sun. But you know what, Daniel? Hang on. I think you can. I don't know if that was something that you made up. But the rainbow tribe's real people now. They're real people. They're real people, but they need the sun. They need the sun. The rainbow tribe, and it's not the people putting their booty holes in the sun. It's that prophecy that eventually there would be a generation that would be dumb as us that would undo this. It was a Native American prophecy. Off we go. Yes, Citizen Deb, we got to go. And if we don't get to go, we need to be the ones to build the spaceships so eventually a generation can get the hell out of here. I agree with Elon Musk. The climate is being deliberately changed by insane psychopaths. Yes, Tammy, because that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to do it. Because I live in a house where I change the climate too. I changed the whole yard. I put in some fake grass. Well, not fake grass, but I put in grass not supposed to grow in this climate from another country. And if we are changing the climate on a yard scale, then of course they're going to change the climate on a global scale. Like so, I started to say in Australia, listening to the guy talk about it, it was everything. It was deforestation, the same way I do in my yard, because I like to grow tomatoes. They're knocking down the forest. My point is, they were changing the trenching and the aquifers. They were stealing the water. All kind of crazy things were happening. And we know trees make it rain. Please tell me you know that trees make it rain. We talked about that months ago. Trees literally make it rain. Trees release compounds into the air and they steal rain from the cloud and they make it rain. That's why it rains over tropical countries. So what happens if you cut the trees? It used to rain in your yard all the time till you cut your trees down because you want to put up a gazebo and a swimming pool. Right? So if we will cut the trees down and make it rain less over our yard because we want to do something, do we think a government that's based in us and our philosophies and our minds will do the same thing? Hell yes, they will. Hell yes, they will. Geoengineering is a thing. So outside of like the classified stuff that we don't know, hell yeah. When the declassified stuff, they're gonna make it rain. And if everybody's making it rain because everybody wants to put in a gazebo, because your elites and lords, they like to have gazebos in their nations, they're gonna change the climate. So the climate's literally being changed. It's being changed. The climate is not changing. The climate will always change, but it is being changed specifically in certain nations for certain reasons that we're not allowed to know. And nobody's telling Greta. I told y'all to send that to Greta. I don't think nobody sent it to her, or she didn't answer your email. How many planets in our solar systems are tilted the way the Earth is? It's a good question, Ivana. How many? I don't know. That's why I like coming here. Educate me. Tell me how many planets are tilted the way the Earth is. Then you're gonna get me start thinking about that old declassified Adam and Eve document with the Earth, where he said the Earth wobbles because the northern and southern ice caps are trying to pull down around to the equator, and that's why we get this pole shift that happens instantaneously every couple thousand years that the CIA doesn't want you to know, because they don't want you prepared, because they don't want you building bunkers, because they don't want you down there with them when they go crazy in hell. That's what it would be. It would be hell. It would be hell. If that's why they're hiding the pole shifts and that it happens so quickly and when it's going to happen, it would be hell being in bunkers with psychopaths that protecting Epstein and the rest of them. No, I won't be in there. I mean, like I mentioned before, Australia doesn't have a professional firefighting force. That's one of the reasons fire spreads so fast. That sounds like it's common sense to me, Ivana. Is that common sense? Like, does it make sense if you have fires in your nation to have a firefighting team? If the fires burn the humans when it gets too hot, wouldn't you have one of those? I think Australia might still be a slave colony. Because didn't that start as a prison system? Well, no, it started in the modern world, the modern colonized world, the prison system. Before that, the Aborigines like, y'all, we here. Y'all, we here. They ain't discovered nothing. We here, and we're happy, and we're living in peace with the ecosystem. We go walkabouts, we eat grubs, we take care of each other. You know, we spend time, and what is it? Dream time. We're doing beautiful things. No, don't send your inmates here. Please don't do that. Y'all send all the inmates. Horrible times. Daniel's staying. You can stay, Daniel. I want to go. You stay here. Tell me how it works out. Do that. Daniel, we're going to leave you a radio. When we get on these spaceships and we get the hell out of here, we're going to call it back. Daniel, you tell us how it went. Tell us how it went when we put Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and May and Merkel and Bernie Sanders and Trump, and you put them all underground in a bunker and let them cultivate and breed, create more of them things, and see what happens in like 1,000 years when they come out them bunkers. And Daniel, we're gonna call you. Dan, you're gonna tell us what came out the ground. I think it's gonna be like Alien Rising. All right, I'm gonna go. Okay, let's go down. I'm gonna make up the comments. Good morning, people. What are we talking about today? Talking about just turn the system off. That's what we're talking about. It's just that you just press the power. You don't need to fight a system. If you know that everybody sells out everybody, if you know that there's always royals in your identity eventually, your leaders will always sell you out. Why do you want more leaders? Just press the power button. When your system becomes so corrupt, you just press the power button. That's it. That's all you got to do. The system shuts down, then you can reboot it and make something that's sentient. But this whole going into the next election cycle's got to stop. God, I'm warning you right now. We're gonna talk about Epstein the whole time. I'm gonna let you on there right now because I know. Is that both fun? I know between him and Daniel, the rest of these people, I know I am. The whole time you're like, yes, he's gonna save the world. Did he save the children from Epstein Island? Are they doing anything about the Epstein enterprise? Who is that girl, the lady who grabbed all the kids for the Epstein Island? Isn't she in Brazil hanging out, or Israel or something, chilling, drinking Mai Tais, and nobody going after her? They're gonna clean my water and they're gonna give me universal basic income on the income they make from Epstein Island? Hell no, I don't want it. You can keep it. I don't want none of that. They're gonna give me some reparations and some pedophile reparations because they're still pedophiles, and the money they make from sending the elite. Oh no. No. So the whole election season is going to be about all your little pedophile, psychopathic leaders that you want for 2020 that's going to help us, but they didn't do a damn thing about Epstein Island. And that man ain't dead. That man is still walking around. That's still my belief. You know, I was watching somebody talking about him the other day. They said there was no perp walk for him. I guess perp walk is a perpetrator walk. Something when they go arrest people and they do it for most of the criminals or all of the criminals, where they do a walk out of the thing and walk them into the perp walk. They didn't even do that for him. They said for almost 16 hours a day, he wouldn't even be on lockdown. He would be out there. Women would come to visit in prison. Women would come to visit him in prison, and for 16 hours a day, he would lock down the commissary where they got all the chips and the bags, the Twinkies and all the stuff, where he had that kind of prison privilege. These are the people that's going to change your world. These are the people that's going to help us. The ones that are making sure that he actually doesn't go to poor people prison. He goes to rich people summer camp. These are the people. Both at the tops of the party, Democrats and Republicans, DNC and the GOP, they're going to help us. And they ain't going to help the children. Here's how my mind works. If you don't want to help these damn women, taken to Epstein Island and raped, killed, murdered, and shoved in holes, if you don't want to do anything about a guy that has tapes of grown men having sex with children and raping them, and your leaders don't want to do nothing about that, they ain't got nothing for me. They ain't gonna do nothing for me. Our minds don't even work the same way. People don't give two damns about children, and give two damns about your economy, and give two damns about your wars or your troops, they don't give two damns about you at all. Your freedom, immigration, or these walls, these things that they're gonna help you out with, they don't care. They're psychopaths. These are the people who will eventually sell you out and put you on a boat when something better comes along. Because this is what the African kings did. They got tired of African shoes. I don't like these Congolese shoes. I want some Portuguese shoes. And the Portuguese came and said, hey, we got some nice shoes for you, king. And the lords said, oh, they want them nice, shiny Portugal shoes. I don't have no lithium and coltan to give you. But damn it, I got poor people. I got lots of poor people. So here you go. And they sell you right out. Same way happened to America. They sent everybody to America. Oh, we're going to get the land from the pagans, give them Christianity and some love and something like that. And they sent everybody over here, killed and murdered and genocided everybody. And said, oh, we're going to own land. We're going to be free. The founding fathers and set up the Declaration of Independence, fought England. And what happened to you? How it work out for you? Are you free? Are you look across the whole mid part of the United States, nothing but poor people from sea to shining sea, nothing but poor people. You go to the city, you got a little bit of money. You go to the rural and the ghetto areas, people walking around, shoes falling off, holes, poo piles, and people living in caves. That it didn't work out, did it? Nah, because the top always says you out. Press the power button, shut the system down. It's corrupt. It's too corrupt. I guess we need rain panels to replace the solar panels. Well, Kim, if you was here too, whenever that happened in the Jurassic period, when it rained for 2 million, this is not. Oh God, this place is not for us, y'all. It's not for us. It's not for us. If it can rain for 2 million years, like, why would you want to stay here? That's like the earth is trying to tell you, Mother Earth, God, whatever you want to call it. It's like, hey, this is not for you. Eventually, I'm going to change something, and you're not going to like it. You're going to die. It's an extinction engine. We got to go. Bummer, I get pissed off when it rains 3 days, 3 days straight. And that's my point, Patricia, think about that. What if it just rained for 3 years? It doesn't have to be 2 million. What if it just rained for 3 years? All right, let's say we all left and left Daniel and the rest of them here, and they stayed here for just 3 years of nothing but rain. When we come back, I guarantee you call Daniel, Daniel ain't gonna answer that phone. Very 21. Daniel, are you guys still there? We're getting back from planet Melmac 7. Are you guys still there? How's it going? You're just gonna hear number static. Do you know what kind of depression we got in the United States? If it rained for 3 years straight, you would have American scale depression worldwide, times 10. Think Americans are depressed? These people can't even get out of bed. 60% of the people on antidepressants? These people don't even want to get out of bed in the morning. And they got sunshine. Can you imagine if we had darkness for 3 years? You think cabin fever in your state is bad? I live in a northern state. When it gets cold, everybody stay inside. That's why yesterday and the day before it was 60 degrees. Cabin fever hadn't even set in yet. We just went through Christmas. We didn't had 2 weeks of winter. Everybody was outside. Everybody and the grandmama and the dogs and the cats, everybody was outside because we hate being indoors. You keep everybody indoors for 3 years, see what happened to you. All right. We don't know how many people are here because of lies. Nope, Stacy, we don't know anything. We don't know how many people are here. We don't know the types of people are here. We don't know what those people think. We don't know what those people drive. We have no idea what's happening in Iran. We have no idea what's happening in Iraq. We have no idea what's happening. We barely know what's happening 30 miles down the damn street. That's why we got telephones. But people believe this crap. They turn on the news. Oh, I know what's going on. My stance on that is, because people they get discombobulated when you say that, and they kind of blue screen like, well, what do we do? You're so depressing. No, you're not depressing. It should take you down a thought pattern to a point where you land and you realize, oh, okay, well, we don't really know what's going on, then I'm really not going to believe in the system. If we really don't know what's going on, then I'm really never going to agree to war. We don't really know what's going on, then no, I'm really not going to agree to vote for a system that my entire life, it seems like it makes money on bombing people. That's why I ain't voting. I ain't voting. The sister was saying we need to vote to save the children. I'm like, literally, my whole life, I watched an oppression engine called a government system that puts money in the bank from murdering people. I just don't know enough. I don't know enough to keep this going. I can't vote. I can't vote because I can't. Just like even outside of the non-consent thing, all I've seen is a system that requires bloodletting. Keep the lights on. All right. Something you made up, slamming your Dan. Word? I don't know what that means. Basic systems are okay, I think. Example, the three sisters of growing beans, squash, and corn. Yep, Trish. And there are basic systems that are okay. And the funny thing, when I think about like companion growing and like food forests, the further you go back in time from modern agriculture, the healthier the food gets. The further you go back in time, the more you let things grow together as an ecosystem, the better they are. And so it's not that we got to go back to a food forest. We got to let the dandelions grow next to the tomatoes. I don't know. We got to go back that far. But the further you go back, the healthier the ecosystem and the food was. So we need to go back. We went too far. Went too far this way. We need to go back. And I'm okay. Like I said, I don't want anybody to eat from aquaponic systems that don't want to eat from aquaponic systems. I'm just like, as long as we got kids starving and we got aquaponic systems and we have the ability to make sure everybody's eating, everybody needs to eat. As long as you got endless resources, you got it for war. That's not one thing you can get in these 2020s agreeing on. They're not going to agree with feed the world. You can't even get them to agree with feeding America, let alone feed the world. And we can do it for free, basically. But they don't want that. They need to keep you in conflict. They need you to be on this side, them to be on that side. And as long as they got everybody fighting, the system is making money. That's why I said there are no bad guys. It's just a system. That's all it is. It's a system. You just walk away from it. It's not doing what you wanted to do. You turn the system off and you start over. Good morning, Victoria. Botany Bay Penal Colony. Yes, Jonathan, exactly. And that's what Australia was. You went there and they didn't see nobody's like, oh, we're going to make a prison system here. Whoever Britain, they thought they were Americans for a minute. Was it Britain who sent all the inmates there? They were like, it's got to Africa. I don't see nobody. I guess we can just take the land. They got to America. Same thing. Did you know when the Spanish got to Latin America, South America, they suspect there were 30 million people. And within, 8 months, they think the population went down to 1 million. I think it was 8 months, something like that. And this is where the term comes from. Because I love history. That's what I did with my weekend, where y'all was having fun. Where the saying, give them to the dogs, throw them to the dogs. That's where the saying came from. I thought it came from Rome when they're throwing the Christians to the dogs because the lions were eating the Christian babies too fast. So they started throwing to the dogs because the dogs took longer to tear them up. System. Same thing's happening today was happening back then. No, it was Cortez. They apparently were so vicious to the Aztecs that they used to throw them to dogs. They used to test new weapons on them. They wouldn't know if their sword was sharp enough, so they start stabbing people just to say, oh, no, it's not sharp enough. Let's sharpen it while the guy's bleeding out. Stab them again. No, it's not sharp enough. You know, but throw them to the dogs is because they were so vicious to the people. They would let the dogs rip them to shreds. Cortez was a monster. That dude got here, he was thug life though. He was a Democrat. He was definitely a Republican because he got there and he burned the ships. So he basically put his men in conflict with the Aztecs to make them capable of doing the worst things on the planet. Same thing we do in America. The artificial scarcity. He created an artificial scarcity the same way your system does. It puts you in conflict with other people. That's why I say that, nobody's in conflict. You're placed into conflict. You're not in conflict with anybody. You are placed into conflict with everybody. That's how the lords and kings make their money. Doesn't matter what country they're from, doesn't matter their ethnicity, doesn't matter their skin color. You have psychopaths and not. That's all you got. Gerard, you are really promoting doom and gloom and fear. Susan Lovi Worcester, am I promoting doom and gloom and fear? Am I? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Does it sound doomy and gloomy to you? I think, Susan, I am a person who is an adult And I think I'm mature enough to actually look at how ugly the world is, because I actually want the world to change. I don't want to change the world. I want the world to change. There's a difference. I don't believe in forcing people, but I believe in looking at the real world. In the real world, is it shiny and pretty? Let's go back. Is the world doomy and gloomy? That's the question. All right. If we want to be adults, if we want to fix the problems, let's ask this question. I mean, I don't think I'm doomy and gloomy. I actually find this all pretty hilarious. I think we're in a simulation, and I get in trouble for that. But is the world doomy and gloomy? I don't know. Do we starve children? Do we bomb children? Do we drop buildings on children? Do we feed them to the dogs? Are we carnivores? Are we eating the energy from the things that we steal from other people by colonizing them and blowing up their nations? Is that doomy and gloomy to anybody? I hope it is. It doesn't mean that you got to exist in doom and gloom. Like, I don't exist in doom and gloom. I exist in grace and mercy and freedom and just do what I can to get the hell out of here, because I had no parts in what created all this nonsense. But the world is doomy and gloomy, and we need to be honest about the doom and the gloom, right? You know, I mean, it's not doomy and gloomy for me, but I wasn't like 14 and taking the Epstein Island so the Democrats and Republicans top leadership with the kings, the royals from Britain, and everybody else could like rape me and kill me and shoot me and chase me in the woods and shoot me. Like, so for me, but I think that we have to be honest and say the world is not a pretty place. Like, I don't dwell there, but we got to be honest. The world is not a pretty place. That's the only way we change it. We be honest. If we keep playing these identity games and pretending that the world is shiny and pretty, then nothing changes. Most people don't realize the evil that happens on this planet. Most people don't realize the evil that happens down the street. You know, if we can be honest with how evil and disgusting and filthy and dirty, it's like when you get home. Susan Low Vibe Worcester, love you to death, girl. It's like when you get home. If you get home and the house is dirty, like it's a bad analogy. It's a bad analogy because I need to clean my house. It's a bad analogy. I do. I get home. I pretend it's okay. That's what happens. I get home. I'm tired. It's work. I'm slavery, yo. I'm in slavery all the damn time. I get home. I know I gotta clean the kitchen. I just got this. Oh, I got stuff to do. I gotta work on the roof. I got a lot to do. I get home. I just pretend I don't even see nothing. I'm like. I'm like voters. I come home like, nope, I don't see that soap. I don't see no clothes. Nope, I don't see the laundry falling out the basket. I got baskets on top of baskets with laundry. Then I want to go home. I want to go to sleep. I want to go lay in the bed because I'm tired. I've been a slave 40-some years of my life. I mean, 29 years of my life. I've been a slave for all 29 years I've been on this planet. I'm tired. But my house doesn't get clean. I'm okay with that. The world doesn't get clean. That's not okay. That's not okay. You know, real people, real bad things happen to real people. And the only way we give them honor, the only way we give that meaning, that bad thing meaning, is to be honest with it and to try to change things so it doesn't happen again. All right. Anyway, good morning, heaven. Let me see, Courtney. Which is why I hate paying taxes. I don't, the blood on my hands. Well, right, and that's a horrible thing, Courtney, but the problem is if you don't pay your taxes, they'll throw you in prison and they'll make you a pincushion for psychopaths. That's just the reality. You know, it's the system. That's why we just gotta press the button, turn it off. Just turn the damn thing off. But you can't fight it. Like there are people, I got a lot of friends, Courtney, and I'm glad you pay your taxes. I pay mine too. Because I got friends that are like, don't pay your taxes. We're not gonna pay taxes. We're gonna fight the system. Like, no, you better pay taxes. IRS got SWAT teams now, and they got those hollow point bullets that like to put holes through people because the psychopaths are in government. You pay your taxes. You fight the system by educating people to walk away. And then one day, everybody just walks away, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you try to fight the system, or you go ahead and try to fight the power by yourself. We have a lot of people who've done that. Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy, John Lennon, Mahatma Gandhi. We had a whole bunch of people, and then the one thing that all of these people all have in common, Lavoy Finicum, right? Chris Gardner, he was trying to fight, he was trying to make his money, trying to fight the system. What happened to all those people? All those people have one thing in common. Your system put them 6 feet under. Michael Hastings, 6 feet under. All right, Seth Rich, 6 feet under. The list is long, but the world is an ugly place. We just can't get lost in that negative, low vibe stuff. Be honest about it and move on. No, taxes is not a good thing to pay. Taxes is embezzlement. But the embezzlers got police states and armies and hollow point bullets. All right, there we go. What's happening in the news? What's happening in the news? What's happening in the news? Anything important? Ooh, that's the dung beetle. That's what the world is. All we do is constantly roll up a big ball of poop and hand it to the next generation. Y'all remember the dung beetle? Where the dung beetle at? I like it. I think it's a great analogy. That's what we do. Every single generation, we get to rolling it up. Y'all see the dung beetle right there? Every generation, we're gonna do better for the next generation. Instead of just turning the power off, we just get to rolling that dung. I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna save money for my children. I'm gonna put them in college. I'm gonna just get it rolling all that bull up, that bull that bull shizzle, rolling it all up. This is a good idea. America's a good country and we're based on good positive morals and we work hard and we earned all of this. We didn't rob and steal and kill everybody and take it. We're just good people and this is why, because we're capitalist and we're Christian and we're just good people and we made all of this. We did it all. Rolling up all of that bull and handing it to the next generation. Handing it to the next generation is this big old pile of bull shizzle. A system that controls them, that has robots that don't even need them anymore. You know what? I'm glad I was in this generation, because I was the next generation. I hate y'all. The next generation gonna hate us. How stupid we are. All right. Let's see if there's anything in the headlines. The head, the things that they want us to think about. I don't like that screen. That screen doesn't show you. There we go. That's the one. That's why I got the power button right here. See the power button? Just press the power. That's all you gotta do. You don't need to fight the power. You don't need to rage against the machine. All you have to do is press the button. That's all you gotta do. Just remove your support for it. Cut that voting out. Cut that cheering the political candidates. Stop posting their nonsense. Stop watching their news. Stop cheering it. Half the time I can't even watch these little reports, and I don't want my button clicking from them getting a vote for that, because that's really what it does. I support RT because they're not American, or they're not in America, they're international news. But just press the power button. That's all you got to do. You will not rage against the machine being a cog in the machine. You're not raging against the machine. You're literally being a tooth and you're helping it go. You're not fighting the power by trying to get the power. It boggles my mind. You're not fighting the power by trying to get the power. That's not, if you don't like slavery, your problem is power. You need to fight power. If you like freedom and democracy and you're a patriot, then your problem is power, because that's what took your freedom and your democracy. Power. But, critical thought is a thing. That didn't become a thing. Any good in here? U.S.-Iran relations, past, present, and future. Where they gonna lie about the relations? Once again, all the kings and lords all agree. They all agree on the important stuff. They agree on you staying a serf and them staying in power. That's why the black kings and lords sold the poor black people into slavery to the wealthy British and Portuguese and everything else. And the only reason that they stopped doing it, they had an issue with it, is because their children were getting caught up like your children were. They didn't give two damns about your skin, so you don't need to give two damns about your skin. The only thing you need to give a damn about is that the only fight in human history is the haves and the have-nots. All the haves, they all agree. And the people who run all of these countries, the lords, they all work for the kings. They all got they got the most significant things in common. You staying in a struggle. That big ball of bull shizzle you were rolling up in the US, they're doing the same thing in Russia, doing the same thing in China, same thing in North Korea, everywhere else. All the citizens rolling that big ball of bull shizzle to hand down to their children instead of freeing the planet, freeing the human race. All right, on contact. Big mindfulness and non-pusher, I don't know what that is. I see some Coliseum sports, I go right past it. Rick Sanchez, war is America's chief expert. Export. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, let's do that. This is why I don't want your reparations. This is why I don't want your health care. This is why I don't want your wall. This is why I don't want anything that you got. because everything you have is based in blood money and murdering and killing people. I'm not interested in anything that you got. You're a killer and a psychopath. The system needs the button push for power. That's what it needs.
Instead of just reading your comments, we're going to try and respond to some of your questions and comments. We try and do this a couple of times a week. Why? Well, because we want this newscast to be more of a conversation with you. We want to engage with you. And we start with GS Everything, who asks, where is the evidence that Soleimani had plans to attack America? Was there any proof or intelligence provided to the American people or the press? That's a great question, Mr. G. You're 100% correct, sir, in doubting your government. You know what that makes you? It makes you a good citizen. They have given no proof, which is why their story should, in fact, be questioned. In fact, they even had the audacity to question the questioners. Earlier this week, when asked by a reporter for evidence, a State Department spokesperson actually shot back, quote, "Jesus, do we have to explain everything to these people?" Yes, Mr. Government Lackey, you do. You know why? Because the last time we checked around here, we're still a democracy. Next, we go to a question we got from Connor25, who says, you said it, Rick. These wars have been total failures, but aren't U.S. corporations getting their money's worth and making out like bandits in Syria and Iraq? Connor, war is a racket. You're right. And unfortunately, it's become our country's chief export. U.S. contractors have cleaned up on both the front and back sides of these wars, first with proceeds of up to $11 trillion, and then they make out on the ground as well. For example, when President Trump announced recently that he was taking control of some of the largest oil fields in Syria, he was gifting ExxonMobil, who has its main operation there. And then there's Maria Hewitt, who says, great report, Michelle. Have any states or countries tried to regulate the rollout of this dangerous technology? Good question, Maria. Here's what we know about 5G rollout so far. Opposition groups have formed primarily in New Jersey and Michigan, but the federal government, on behalf of telecom companies, have restricted local municipalities from banning 5G. Should they do that? Globally, by the way, there was a huge protest recently in Switzerland arguing that we should slow down the rollout, but no actual laws have been passed so far. Of course, these stories aren't covered on CNN, for example, owned by AT&T, NBC, owned by Comcast, coincidentally, or maybe not so coincidentally. If you want us to know what you think, just leave a comment on our YouTube page, and we're going to share what you have to say and answer your questions. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you click subscribe right there while you're watching one of those videos. You can do so in real time and join the more than 1 million people who've already done the same. Join the family.
Your war engine. Why isn't 5G being stopped? Because you can't stop it. You think you own your country, you don't. That's why you can't stop 5G. Why can't we stop 5G? Because it's not your country. You can't stop pipelines, you can't stop 5G. It's literally, it belongs to them. They usurp the right. They have the author of rights. They are the authority. As long as you believe in the system, you didn't press that power button. Where's my power button at? As long as you don't press that power button, they got the power, they can do anything they want to. Yes, they can pass radiation through your body. They can pass EMF waves that cause cancer because we agree that they are the author of rights. They are the authority. So they can steal your land. They can steal your land because they use you to steal it from somebody else. And they can put a pipeline through it and they can poison your water with the oil. They don't give two damns. They can pass radiation through your body. We are a kill engine, unfortunately. When you make your money from killing people, you make your money from giving them cancer and poisoning their water and blowing them up. When you make money from doing that, and you have a crony capitalist system, it's not going to stop. You can press the power, but it's not going to stop. No, Bernie Sanders is going to stop it. No, the Democrats are going to stop it. The system is not going to stop itself. You have to do your part, which is you have to walk away. So yeah, 5G is going to be a mess. It's going to raise healthcare. I mean, think about it from that logical perspective. 5G, because the doctor said it in that Michigan hearing, 5G will raise the cost of healthcare. and these are the people who are giving you universal healthcare. Going to people who cause the problems to solve the problems. That's how these elites stay in power. Brother Al, good morning. They implant chips through 5G. Yes, Christine, they do. And then all the new phones are going to be 5G. If you're going to upgrade your phone, you better do it now. You better do it now, because all the new phones will be 5G requirements. Your 5G, your phone is going to be a cancer broadcasting tower. They, like the doctor said, because I'll say things, people are like, well, how do you know 5G causes cancer? Because the doctor said it. It's a fact, it's an empirical fact that 4G caused cancer. So hell yeah, 5G can cause cancer. That was just a few of the cases that they caught. So anyway, what else we got? Jimmy Dore. I always appreciate Jimmy Dore. I always agree with what he says, but I appreciate Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore speaks from his mind. That's all you can ask of people. Stop it with this whole, you post something, well, I don't like him, he's controlled opposition. Just respect people for speaking their mind. That's it. Respect people for speaking what they know where they are. And cut it out with the, oh, I know something that he doesn't know. Like, what are we on this? Where we at? Recess? On a playground? You know, you something think Jimmy Dore ain't supposed to know everything. You know, no Chomsky, he ain't supposed to know everything. Nobody's supposed to. Why do you think you have people in the CIA? You think they're evil people? They're not evil people. Why do you think you got people in the DHS? You think they're evil people? They're not evil people. I know in your mind you think that the right's evil people, the Republicans are evil, the Democrats are evil, the black people are evil. Nobody's evil. People are just given certain information and they think that they're right doing the things that they are. But we need to stop with the controlled opposition. We need to stop with the whole fighting other people, you know, who don't know something, and maybe just let them know something. I don't know. Let him know something, ever? So I don't always agree with Jimmy. But I like what he says. He speaks from his mind. So all you can ask from people is be honest, speak from your mind. And change, perhaps, when you're wrong. But change on your own time. Don't change on my timeline. Change on your timeline when you're ready to. All you can do is give people information and love them. That's what you're supposed to do. Give them the respect to hear them out. All right. The U.S. set off a powder keg in Iran that won't be able to stop. Yes, and this is true. However, that's not a bad thing. That's what America's supposed to do. It's what the American president's supposed to do. My son and I, we talked about it this weekend. I don't know, hey, because college, it breaks you, man. They're brainwashing them. So we had that conversation. He said, Pop! He said, well, I think this is the first time that a president started a war by saying something. I said, well, you know, so of course, you know, we talked about, this is how you're supposed to talk to your kids. We talked about General Wesley Clark. We talked about the fact, you know, do you think that Donald Trump had a decision to make here? Somebody released the classified information that we're supposed to go at war with this nation, and this is just the president who actually said it. You know, but that's how you have to have those honest, truthful discussions. And then I don't make them think like me. I don't want my kids to think like me. And I say, you go off and you figure it out yourself. But here's the information. You think Donald Trump actually started this war, but the war was ordered 10 years ago? You know, that's how your mind works, and that's where you're supposed to be. But that's not how my mind works. I know when I'm being played. When I'm being played, I don't have time. So, yeah, of course the powder keg was kicked off. Why? Because we didn't press the power button. Not because y'all voted for Donald Trump. Not because Donald Trump was a side effect because he was mad at your Obama. And your Obama was a side effect because he was mad at your Bush. Right? Nobody pressed the power. Who's coming next going to be even worse. As long as you have a system that is designed to make money and it's okay with murdering people, people will get murdered. And it will increase over time as long as the money increases. Exclusive, Iran willing to accept missile-struck airliner. Well, of course, I don't believe in the whole Iran, U.S., whatever, blah, 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 conflict. The whole missile thing, if I don't know it's raining in Iran, how the hell do I know what actually they're telling me is true? All I know is murdering people is a bad idea. People died on that plane, it's a bad idea. How did they die? Government's got missiles, then the government shouldn't have no missiles. I don't care nothing about no poor people gun control. I believe in government military control. When you take their missiles, then you can talk to me about taking poor people's butter knives and guns and whatever. But first, you need to take the real killer's missiles. People die and fall out of airplanes because the government's got missiles. That's what I know about that. Everything else I don't know. Nothing else do I know if they're telling me the truth. Many forces would love to see U.S.-Iran war. Of course, former diplomat. Yes, they would. Why? Because they're in conflict with everybody. Once again, you don't have any conflict, you're placed in conflict. All the nations are placed in conflict, and they'd love to see America weaken. They'd love to see more American troops being sent as meat to the grinder, fighting other poor people that they don't know. And they're gonna make a whole lot of money. Like I said, all over Washington, all you hear is ching, 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 from all the glass, the champagne glasses from the military industrial complex, whoever makes the uniforms for the military, whoever makes the shoes, whoever makes the button, the person that makes the button for the shirts, oh, they're excited right now. Why? Because a lot of people are gonna get murdered, they're gonna sell a lot of buttons. When you make a system that's based in planned obsolescence, through artificial scarcities and war, then you have thousands of industries that are going to be excited about it. And that's the real ugly. That's the real doom and gloom. That's the ugly part of it. The beautiful thing is we don't actually have to. All right, astrophysicist inches closer to time travel. Oh, and I think they already got it. We're going to click on that. I think they're already traveling time. I don't believe my friends are this stupid. Honestly, I'm be real talk. I don't believe people are this dumb. I think they're beating us over the head. I think that they're watching what's playing out and they're going back in time, because they say time travel. It's Einstein said it's once you figure out gravity, then it's just a formula for time, right? Because time and gravity and was it energy, something like that. They're all related, something like that. But the point is, once you figure out one, the rest is just a formula. So I think that we've done this before, and that might even be what deja vu is. Deja vu might be the fact that we've been here before, and anyway. So I think that, because it doesn't make sense to me that people are this stupid. It doesn't make sense to me in 2020, we're still voting for government. We're still voting for plantation and to be controlled. I don't believe that. I think that the thing plays out, we get our freedom, and they look back at they take the time and shit, oh, I see what happened. Deborah Chandler posted something, people read it, got shared on the internet, went viral. People started loving each other, and then damn it, we lost. We're not gonna do this again. Somebody give Deborah Chandler foot cancer, and that's what happened. Got Bob Marley. I don't believe that we've been slaves this long, and slavery is this daggone popular, unless they're playing with time travel. That's what I think. I think the aliens might be time travel too. I don't think they might be aliens. They might just be us coming back. Field trips, the elites, the Rothschilds and Rockefellers and their children coming back with their little toy time machines, look, just watching us like, oh, this is how we won, y'all. This is how we won. Look at these dummies. I think that's what it is. It's the Rothschilds kids. They're coming back. Look at these fools. Look, a lot of stupid. They're still fighting each other over oil. We had flying ships back then. They're giving history lessons of how stupid we are. Yeah, I don't know how great-great-granddaddy did it, but he got the black people to fight the white people, and the white people to fight the black people, and they got them to take drugs, and they actually convinced them that synthetic chemical poison drugs were good to put in your body, and they opened stores on every single corner, and they all just became drug addicts. I don't know how granddaddy was just, he was so smart. He was and then they shoot, and they disappear, and the UFO appears on the screen, on the news. All right, anyway.
Lots of war stuff going on. Australia's burning. Everyone's being jerks to each other on social media. Man, don't you just wish we could go back in time? Maybe prevent some of those wars? Maybe not use all those fossil fuels? Assassinate baby Zuckerberg? Just kidding. I don't condone murder. But you know what I mean. Don't you just wish we could go back in time sometimes? Well, there's an astrophysicist working on that right now, and he says he has an equation that proves time travel is possible. His name is Ron Mallett, and he recently broke down his theory for CNN. It hinges on Einstein's theory of special relativity, which says that time accelerates or decelerates depending on the speed at which you're moving. So, if you're on a spaceship traveling close to the speed of light for less than a week, you could come back to Earth, where the rest of us moving at our regular old human pace would have experienced the passage of 10 years. This theory most physicists agree with. The going forward in time thing is the easy part. The hard thing is the going backward. And Mallett says he's figured out how that part could possibly be solved using lasers to bend space-time into a loop using Einstein's other theory, the one of general relativity, which involves how gravity can bend space-time. The stronger a gravity field is, the more it slows down time. He thinks if we study the gravitational fields produced by ring lasers, we can maybe figure out how to bend time to go backwards, not forwards. You got that, right? Sure you do. Easy peasy. Makes sense to me. He's even created a prototype that illustrates how lasers could be used to create a circulating beam of light, which was inspired by his first job where he worked with the effect of lasers on airplane jet engines. So, he's got a prototype. He's got an equation. Unfortunately, there's a catch. You can only send something back in time to the point at which you actually turn the machine on, which is kind of a useless exercise at this point in time.
Okay, so that's not the catch. It's not the catch. Ain't the catch. That's not the catch. So it doesn't work. He could start it from work, start it now and it would work. That's time travel-ish. That's not time travel. What's the catch? The catch is, do you actually think, this man, let's go back and see him right now. Do you actually think if you discover time travel that you would be on RT telling us that you think you might know how to time travel? If you live in a world where if you make a solar panel that's 30% more powerful than the last version of solar panel, and there's literally a law that classifies your solar panel so you don't hurt the energy sector, hurt the energy industry for releasing that solar panel that makes 30% more energy than the last version, do you think that this man would be on television if he actually discovered time travel? That man, first of all, the fact that they're even talking about it tells me that they probably already got it. Two, if he actually discovered it, that man be deader than dead is dead times dead. Why? Because the power button. We don't, come on, stop it. We don't even let people live who tell the truth about the DNC and killed Seth Rich. The guy was just telling the truth. We don't let people tell the truth about the DNC. You think they're gonna let people tell the truth about time travel? I think they already developed, me personally. But you don't have to get excited about this stuff. It's just the billionaires TV. I mean, you can get semblances, I think, of how the world works looking on this. But if you're waiting to see how your world is changing, where we're going with science and technology through the billionaires news, you'll never get it. So I thought that's interesting. But yeah, time travel is not a thing. Everything we conceive, we always achieve. There's no question in the future if we discover time travel, and there's no question we'll go back in time. So either we're going back in time now, and that's what a lot of these UFOs and aliens and stuff is, or we die in the future. We ain't going back in time. Or we grow the hell up and we stop fighting climate change and stop fighting the fighters of fighting climate change, and we get off the hell off the planet. We get off the planet and we're in the Pegasus galaxy, then we really don't care what's happening on Earth. We're not coming back because the kids won't care. 3 generations later, to be like, yeah, we came from a place called Earth. You don't know what happened to it, but you're not going back in time back there. You're going to use time travel in the Pegasus galaxy. All right. I don't have anything else that's interesting here. Plus, I got to get to slavery. I got to get my cotton back, get the gun. Let's just see if we can hit any headlines. I need a way for y'all to submit news. That's what I need. I'm working on it. It's not really ready to go yet, but I'm tired of picking stuff myself. Ooh, robots. What's the Terminator up to? How robots at CES help humans with manual labor. Well, I kind of want to watch that, kind of don't. To me, it's kind of fake news to a degree, even though I haven't even watched it yet. We are helping humans with manual labor, but we're not really. We're helping humans out of jobs. We're helping humans out of jobs. That's what we're doing. We're using that to make the billionaires, the bigger billionaires, and the millionaires, billionaires, and the 1,000-year millionaires. We're not using it for the human race. We're getting rid of the human race, and we're putting them more in conflict with each other. And 2, it's not about manual labor. We stop making machines to get rid of manual labor as a major project, and the major portion of automation is getting rid of the high-paid jobs. Now we have learning software. We're going after the people who make $120,000 a year. We used to go after the poor people who were making $40,000, $50,000 a year. Now we're going after those people who make $140,000, $150,000, $200,000 because it's an economic system. And that's what you want to automate, the people who make the most money. Those are the people you want to throw out on your butt. The shame is those are the people who usually jump out of buildings and get guns and go shoot schools up and post offices, unfortunately. Oh, I gotta post a video. That reminded me of something. You know, I was at, I went to the poison store this weekend. I went to the grocery store just to get a few things, my son and I. You know, I ran into Marty. Y'all know who Marty is. Marty's that big old robot. I have to post a video later. And the robot was just paused in there. It was going, it kept going, danger, 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 will Negro person, danger. Because I was standing in front of it. It's like, danger, danger. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And I looked on the ground. You know what? I probably have it. No, I'm not going to show you the picture. I'll post it later. There was a leaf on the ground. Marty is the automated robot, the one that used to be 5 foot something. Now it's like 6'4". And it moves around. The giant's supposed to look for spills and clean them up. It doesn't clean any damn thing up. All it does is call a human to come clean it up because it became an instant supervisor. The thing was stopped by a leaf. There was a leaf on the ground and it didn't want to move. And so I took a picture of it because that's what I do. And I filmed it and it was like, danger, 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 danger. And it's a leaf on the ground. I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I was thinking about trolling y'all. I'm going to post this and say this is what it was. Maybe it's really a spill under it. Nope. Sure enough, the lady came. And I was like, why is it doing this while I'm filming it? And she's like, oh, well, because of the leaf on the ground. I was like, really? I was like, I was partially kidding. You mean to tell me this damn thing, this 7-foot robot, it's not going nowhere because there's a damn leaf on the ground? It not only does it not clean up spills, but it complains about leaves too. And we paying for this. This is what, because all corporations no corporations are profitable. Giant does not make any profit. And I'm like, you mean to tell me I'm having my day interrupted? I'm coming here to get some chemical food and I got this damn robot in my way. We could be using robots to grow food out here. You got a robot to stand here because of the leaf. She was like, yeah. She showed up, picked the leaf up off the ground because I guess they do it all day. It makes sense. This is a good idea. Use the robots, the high tech, to go murder people, fly 3,000 miles from Nevada to go bomb some poor people and steal their land. But you can't make this robot, to not get upset about a damn leaf. This is the world. This is why I just laugh at it. See, Susan Low Vibe Worcester, this is why I just laugh. That's why it's not doomy and gloomy to me. Because the Terminator, it's gonna kill me like 4 times. It's not gonna know it killed me once. But I think the killer robots, they're gonna work really efficiently. They're gonna be very, very efficient, but it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be a mess. I had to post a video. That was the funniest thing. The damn was like, danger, danger, danger. I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on? What you need? Somebody trying to kill you? What the? Oh, anyway. Whew. All right. Truth from the system comes twisted and with a string attached to it. Ooh, they will twist you and attach you to their truth so you will defend their version of the truth. Yes, they will, Ricardo. You know what you're making me think of, brother? You're making me think of universal basic income. Because here's my thing. Like I like the idea of people having something that prevents them from murdering other people and robbing them. I like that. I don't think that you're gonna get what you think you're gonna get. That's what I think. I think that because of what he just said, that the truth from the system always comes twisted. It's like healthcare. I was all for universal healthcare when we started talking about that with Hillary Clinton and them. Oh, I was excited. The movie came out with Michael Moore. Oh, I took my whole family to go see the movie. Oh, I'm for it. But that's not what you ever get. Right? It's like the wall. You can be for it. That's not what you're gonna get. Universal basic income. They get the populace on these ideas. We agree it's a good idea. And then they hand it to some corporation to write the law. Universal basic income. So universal basic income, it'll probably get handed to, I don't know, the prison industry to write the law. It'll get handed to, I don't know, get handed to somebody. And they'll end up writing the law. What does it matter if we get the money? Because it's where the money comes from. They'll probably hand it to the coltan industry. And universal income will be based on how many nations that we can send 5-year-olds into caves to mine the coltan to give it back to us. And universal income will get somehow locked in through pig years based on that. But that's the problem. When you have a government that's based in crony capitalism, right? The same way they had African governments that sold who were crony-ish with their friends in America to send the slaves there. It's the same exact thing, right? You're not gonna get what you think it is. You get universal basic income, it's gonna come with some real nasty stuff attached to it. You know, I'm not for universal healthcare because it's not healthcare. The same people who are poisoning you are trying to tell you what's healthy. You know, they create a system of making people sick and not healing. All right, be claimed the scapegoat or be lost in fake Israel and love is not pretending, or scumbags, you all really are pretending to be holy. Yes, see, well, pretending to be holy gets you a lot of places, opens a lot of doors for you. I've watched it my whole life. People who are good at pretending that they're holy opens a whole lot of doors. I kind of want to click on the robot thing, but I think I've shown y'all enough robot stuff. Like, y'all get it now. Hopefully I don't really have to say it, and that's my contribution. The one that I've worked in for many years. We have the robots and the automation to help everybody. Hope y'all get that. You know, if you're empowered with the truth, then I think you can make some good decisions based on the truth. If you're empowered with a lie, then yeah, then the black people should still be in conflict with the white people, and the white people with the black people, and the Americans with the immigrants, and the immigrants and Americans with the Iranians. But when you have the ability to help everybody, all the conflict should stop. At that point, you know, you're willful ignorant. If you're still in conflict, if the Democrats are still in conflict with the Republicans and the Republicans with the Democrats, then you're willfully ignorant. At that point, you just don't want to accept what's true. You're just going to win. And that's just about ego. All right, where did Epstein's suicide tape go? I don't care about the tape. This is why I don't really care about, because even sometimes RT is like, that's not the question. The question is not where the suicide tape went. The question is, where are the tapes he has of the Clintons? Where's the tape that he has of Trump? Going to the parties. I know y'all don't like it, but the world is not how you want it to be. Where's the video of the royals? Where's the video? Because this man was blackmailing everybody. I don't care about the suicide tape because I don't think he's dead anyway. I think that's a homeless guy they grabbed off the street. I want to know, where is the tape of all the 2020 elected officials and their children at Epstein Island at these parties screwing kids? That's the only tape that matters. And of course, who's protecting them? That's the only tape that matters. Japan to deploy fleet to the Gulf region, pulls workers in Iran. Ooh, yep, because war is in the air. Why? Because Americans dumb as hell. War is in the air. We could end every problem with Iran. We could end every problem with Iran if we chose to. All we got to do is send them some food and technology. And turn on their government in a minute. But of course, it means that Americans need some food and the technology. And America is not designed for freedom, nor democracy, nor helping, nor friends, nor any of that. It's owned by banks. Boeing workers mock FAA, question airline safety. Airlines aren't supposed to be safe because they carry Americans. Why would American Airlines make the airlines safe? They make money from taking people from point A to point B. Enough people make it from point A to point B. Some people won't die. As long as you got insurance for that, they could really care less. But as a greater whole, why in the world would America care? As long as the planes can take off from Nevada and fly to Iran and murder people and fly back, those automated drones, they don't really care about the planes that carry the people. In fact, they got too many people anyway. Look at the Georgia Guidestones. Kings and lords been doing depopulation since the beginning of times. Too many of y'all. When it gets to be too many of y'all gonna rise up and kill us. This is why, once again, probably, well, I'm gonna say this is why, it's probably a good reason. If I was an African king back there, yeah, I'd do the same thing. So I'm not judging them. This brother right here, he worked for the king. I'm not judging him selling all these people in slavery. I'm not judging them. I'm not judging the people who came and grabbed my butt. I'm not judging them. If I lived in a world and I were born in a powerful position, I'd be enjoying that power. I'd be enjoying that power. You think it's wrong, but I think it's just human nature. When you have a world in conflict, you always think about somebody conflicting with you. You know, so he's doing what he's supposed to do. The problem is the system. Press the power button. That's it. Press the power button. Stop playing the game. Press the power button. Stop playing. Press the power button. I think that might be the new name of this video. Just stop playing. Press the power button. Iran invites Canada to join plane crash probe. Once again, do you think a government cares that you crashed in a plane? That's poisoning your water, your food, your air, your oxygen, and keeping your neighbors mentally ill and on Prozac and Xanax. They don't care. Anti-Russia hysteria emerges after Iran plane crash. Of course it is, because it was supposed to happen. All right, I think that's the end of the news. It's supposed to happen. Russia did it. Why? Because the American government couldn't do it. That's not an answer they're going to put on American news. It's got to be Russia did it. It can't be the DNC did it. Can't be the Republicans did it. Because they have to be fighting for democracy and freedom. That's what all the war criminals get together and agree on, is that the problem is somewhere else, not them. So they can murder people and steal their resources. Look at Marty's manufacturer's site. Marty reports to the Philippines and they report back to the store. Marty desensitizes US to gosh darn robots being amongst us. And that's the goal, Deborah, right? Like that's how that works. That's how it actually works. Does it surprise me that it reports back to the Philippines? No, because it's cheaper to get workers in the Philippines to run the robot. Why would you want Americans to run the robot? You know, we've destroyed the Philippines how many times? We replaced the government how many times, right? The people live in abject poverty, so you can pay them 8 pennies a day to run the Marty robots to get the Americans out of jobs. So that actually makes perfectly good sense. That means, and it desensitizes the Americans. Why? Because that's why they put the smiley face. Marty has a smiley face. Did y'all see that? Marty, the giant, he has a smiley face. Why? Because kids love it. They get desensitized to it. But we are cyborgs. You know, so it's not an anti-automation thing. The robots are coming. The only question is whether or not they're taking our jobs or they're growing our food. That's the only question. Are they taking away human misery, or are they making billionaires more powerful, giving them less reason for us to exist? Dave Chappelle kept tossing the N-word around when he was getting the Mark Twain Award. And that's good. He should, Susan. He should. Because I grew up on the N-word. I thought I was an N-word. But to me, it's silly. People are so silly, Susan. They're just so silly. Like, I think I explained that the other day. I was telling somebody about this whole cultural appropriation nonsense, the stuff you need to just roll up in a ball, make a big trash out of it, stick it in your anus. I grew up with white folk. Poor white folk call me N-word every day. You get on, like I said, I get on the bus, all my black friends, my white friends, my Hispanic friends, my Asian friends, what's going on? Yeah, so if you were poor and white and you're raised in a poor black neighborhood, I guess that's your identity. I don't know about, I hate identity, but that's your culture. The idea that some young black kid can grow up in a privileged middle-class neighborhood and tell you that you can't talk this way and you grew up that way, that's the epitome of ignorance. But I won't go through that again. He should use the N-word. There's nothing wrong with the N-word. It's just a word. Just a word. No such thing as hate word, hate speech. Like if you think that you're an N and you get offended, then yeah, I guess then you got some issues. You got something that you need to work with. But it's just a word. We need to stop doing sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. You need to grow up and be as mature as a 6-year-old. All right. Besides, we used all the racial slurs. Susan, when I was a kid, we didn't care. Maybe I grew up in a special area. That's just how we grew up. All racial slurs was a thing. We didn't care. We thought it hurt your feelings, it's coming at you. We throw them back and forth. Nobody took themselves too seriously. Everybody laughed at themselves. They laughed at everybody else. No one, and we were okay. We were heading some great directions until you convince people they need to be worried about. I was all kind of fatsos and smoke, dark, funk, spook, jigaboo. I was all of them. And I didn't care. I knew I wasn't no jigaboo. I knew I wasn't smoke, dark, funk. I wasn't none of that. None of that bothered me at all. But that's the problem is this system manufactures people and it gives them that insecurity. It makes them think that they are, right? And, for that sake of conflict. Good morning, Kevin. Let me see, what's this saying? It's not us. If it was then they/us would have went back further and changed history to favor ourselves already. That's my point, Citizen Deb. We're talking about the time machine. That's my point. Psychopaths run the world. Pedophiles run the world. That they literally keep going back, making sure they stay in power. Like how can somebody make that make sense to me? How is it that a world that has lots of parents, not even a world, say America's made up of moms and dads. Why are they still voting for a government that's completely obviously diluted with pedophiles and rapers and killers and people protecting Epstein and the rest of his crew? Why are they still voting if they have children? They have little girls. Because they keep going back and they're changing things. Because to me, it's not logical. It doesn't make any, you can't tell me that people can be doctors and lawyers and scientists and teachers and janitors and everything everybody is. Because you need a lot of critical thought to do all of that. You need to think for yourself. These people aren't clones. Like, we laugh and we joke, we call them puppets and clones, and people are dancing around, and they do in the media. You can't convince me that most people are good people. Most people are good people. Most people are people of love. But they keep staying in power. I don't think the Rothschilds are that smart. I don't think the Rockefellers are that smart. I don't think the Carnegies and the I don't think any of these people are that smart. I think at the end of the day, American people bind together and show you who they are. Like, you're not going to enslave us. Like, we literally have people who have ancestors who were slaves not 5 generations ago, praising the prison system, praising mass incarceration. You have Americans who are supposed to be patriots. They're supposed to love freedom, supposed to love liberty and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, cheering for the next Patriot Act because their president said it's a good idea. We're broken. They got a time machine. I think you just convinced me they got a time machine. They got a time machine because nothing else to me makes any sense. How do you get so far ahead of like critical thinking people who have children, nieces and nephews and aunts and daughters and sons? You got to have some sort of trick. And I don't think it's just the media. I don't think the media is that good. I think the media is good. I don't think it's that good because most people I know can spot a liar. Right? You go to a party and you're talking to people, you know the lion circle with a guy making stuff up. Oh, I had this and did this and that, been here, done that, whatever. And you know he's lying, but he's entertaining. You're drinking your brandy. People can spot a liar. You're trying to tell me they can't tell that the news is lying? I think that they have an edge, and they'll play the news out the first time, and if people don't get it, they'll try again. They don't get it, they'll go back, do it again. If I don't get it, they'll go do another false flag. That didn't do it, they'll make a plane crash. That didn't do it, they'll go back and kill the general. That didn't do it. They'll just keep going back. If you got a time machine, you can go back as much as you want until you get the American population who puts their pants on one leg at a time and they bleed red and they got children. You can just keep going back till you just do the right thing. You just say the right thing to get people who know better cheering war. I think they do. All right, I'm about to get out of here, man. Good morning, Patricia. Those kids in mind, they covered in this incredible series. Yes, it's Netflix, but some of their stuff is good. No, I don't have anything against Netflix, Patricia. I like Netflix. I watch Netflix, so I like Hulu and Netflix. I do. I watch them. And I appreciate the post because it is a real thing. Sending the kids in mind is not a fake thing. It's a real thing. But you got people like, but just how you have this king's servant, this police state servant, grabbing people who look just like him to sell them to people who don't look like him. Just as you have that, you definitely will have the ancestors of these people selling out kids who live in his country that now are in caves getting coltan for his cell phone. That's how this works. You keep people in power. You keep people in conflict. It doesn't matter if black people run the world or white people run the world. As long as one group runs the world and people think that group exists, the system's happy. Doesn't matter if Christians run the world or Muslims run the world. As long as people think that they are that and they run the world, you can flip it every couple hundred years. The system makes money, stays in power. All right. Need inspiration and perspective? Watch the film The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Thank you so much, Deborah. People do need inspiration. Son of a bee, I have to poop this morning. It's making me cranky. Well, Daniel, it will, because you're supposed to do that at least twice a day. If y'all ain't pooping twice a day, something is wrong. You're eating the wrong food. You need to stop eating bread. You need to get yourself some smoothies. You need to be pooping twice a day. You got a lot of stuff in you, and it's not supposed to stay. Especially if you got it out the grocery store. You're supposed to let that stuff out. The Epstein tapes, follow the false flags. That's all you got to do, Daniel. Follow Epstein tapes. Epstein tapes will say it all. And you won't have nobody running in 2020. Before those Epstein tapes come out and you find out all the kids and all the elites and your lords and your kings and your plantation masters, y'all won't be voting for new masters in 2020. You start seeing who really is who, because you don't know who is who. Politics is it's an entertainment system. You start seeing who is who, Hashtag Epstein ain't dead. I agree with you, Patricia. Epstein is not dead. Not in the world I live in. He might be dead in the world you live in. The world I live in, the elites stick together on everything, including slaves. They stick together on everything. They get you fighting over religion. They get you fighting over ethnicity and race and appropriation and supremacy and privilege. And they get you fighting over all that stuff, but they all agree at the top. That's the world I live in. They will all protect Epstein because they all believe in abusing the poor and the serfs, which is us. Oh, really? Did Georgia, Susan want me to come to Georgia because the Georgia Guidestones in Georgia? I didn't even know they was in Georgia. I didn't really think about it. I just knew they was down south somewhere. But I guess that makes sense that the Georgia Guidestones be in Georgia. But I can't come down there and see them. Susan, they got pictures, girl. They got pictures. I seen them. I've seen them on the internet. And I know depopulation is always the Lord's job. It's always the government's job. So yeah, I don't have to come see him. I trust the pictures. I want you to go see. I want you to go see him and take a picture for him. Right and wrong is found inside each individual. Yes, it is, Rebecca, and I think at birth. I don't think I'm wrong. I think every child is born from right and wrong. I think every child is born with that empathy where, you know, if you got 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, a head, 2 legs, and you walk, and you're being hurt, that tears come out your eyes. That's why when you get babies and one baby's crying, the other baby cries. You get one baby with tears and they get tears. Like me, I'm a big sucker. I'm a punk. I know me. So I stick to myself because I don't know what it is. It's just like when women cry, I cry. I don't know why. It's just we're born. We have it in us. It's just you can't be happy when people are sad. And if you're happy when other people are sad, it'll get you. That's how I was such a sucker punk when I was married. Cause I think she, all you had to do is just put some tears. My girlfriend's and did it to me too. Long time ago. Get some tears in their eye, but you're not going, and I don't have a choice, and I have to do it. They played me like the government plays us, because people know that. Kids are born right from, they know right from wrong. They know right from wrong. You have to break a child after birth. You have to make it a citizen. Kids are born beautiful, and I think they're born perfect. You have to make them a citizen. Same way the wives got to make a husband. Same way the husbands try to make a wife. You have to break them. No, because when you meet them, they're free. They're happy. You have to make them enjoy just you. You got to break them. All right. I'm going to have to get out of here for that analogy. I know it's going to get out of control. Trickle. Did the trickle ever get to you? No. Oh, see, you talking about trickle down economics? That's the thing. Did y'all see that picture? Did y'all see the picture of Reagan and his trickle down economics? I'm not even sure if I can find this. Where he said. Did y'all see that picture? They had trickle down economics. Let me see if I can find it. That actually was pretty interesting. Trickle down economics actually finally happened. Like, I don't know why people believe this stuff. Why? Time machine. That's gonna be my answer for everything from now on. Time machine. That's why they believe in trickle down economics. They had a time machine. They went back and they had different politicians say it over and over and over. So they finally got one politician that actually could do. Ooh. They've been the right politician to say it for people to believe it. They need to get an actor. Because I believe they probably tried the Duke. They probably tried Elvis. They probably tried Morgan Freeman. They probably tried Sidney Poitier, and it didn't work. They made them all president. It didn't work. And they finally went back in the time machine once, and they tried Ronald Reagan. And everybody went for it. Trickle down economics. And everybody went for it. Ooh. This was a good one, too. We had a couple good posts this weekend. Did y'all see the 91-year-old grandmama? Did y'all see her? She was doing the gymnastics. Y'all see that? Let me show you. Let me show you the sister. But playing, y'all see her right here? The gymnast, 91 years old. Look at that. Boom! Look at that. Go on, Grandma. Look at that. Ooh, right there. See, I'd have fell right there. That's it. Right, done. Right there. I was finished. My act would have been like 20 seconds. I can't do that now. I cannot do what women can do. I can't do it. Look at this. Look at this. Can you do that? No, she ain't done. She ain't done. Watch this. Watch this. You can put her elbow right in the thing and look, bam. Can you do that? She just planked. That woman just planked at 91. 91. You tell me you're supposed to be walking around limping and got problems. No, you're sick. That's what's wrong with you. You can't do what grandma can do. You're sick. You're eating the wrong food and you're going to the wrong places. I can't do that. I can't do it. Hell no. Shoot. If I try to do that, y'all know that'd be my last video. That'd be my last. You don't have to worry about me no more. You can go back to voting and not even worry. I get on that thing and get my head upside down and get these big old feet above my head. I'm gonna break my neck. That's gonna be my last video. You ain't watching no video, y'all can go back to voting or something, because I can't do it. She can do it 91. And that's inspiration. That's inspiration. That'll tell you right there. That'll tell you right here. Ooh, I got some other stuff. We're gonna do these last couple things. I'm gonna get out of here. This is more evidence for the record. I tell y'all, cats is murdery bastards and the demons. Demons. I'm telling you, it's in the Bible, the demons. And it's in the Quran too. Look at the cat got a hole in it. It's a demon. Don't tell me I'm posting these cat pictures. I'm the anti-cat picture person. Everyone posting all these cute cats. I don't post no pictures of no cute cats. I post pictures to let y'all know who cats really are. I believe in the truth. Cats are murdery bastards. They're not your friends. You are not domesticating cats. They don't give two damns about you. You live in their space. You get in their way. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I went off Rebecca here. I was going off. That's it. All right. No, I just believe you need the other side. I believe in alternative cat picks. That's what I believe in alt everything. Alt Democrat, alt Republican, alt world domination. I believe in alt everything. Everything should have an alt. And cat pictures on the internet need an alt, because that's not who cats are. Don't act like cats are these cute little huggy little furry things. They're murdery, killy bastards. All right. What am I looking? Oh, I'm looking for Reagan. Uh-oh, I get past the Beaufort. I can't show the Beaufort me. I don't know. He out of prison. Y'all know he going right back to prison. You know he going right back to prison. And don't act like you don't know that, because Beaufort, you know that you going, because you ain't changed. You ain't changed. You ain't changed one bit. They did not rehabilitate him in Facebook prison. He went in talking anti-war and posting funny sexualized pictures, and he came right back out doing it. You know, people watching him, he don't care, he's still gonna do it. He's being him. Beaufort is being Beaufort. Some people, like, they get on you, say, oh, but you too sexualized, you this, that, and let people be people. As long as you're making people laugh, you being your authentic you, it's a good thing. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is another one. This will never happen in America. Y'all see this? Look at this right here. This is actually powering down a system. This is Vietnam. Vietnam is sentencing, not censoring. That's America. They censor the bankers. No, Vietnam, they're sentencing corrupt bankers to death. Who did that? Switzerland? Switzerland, Sweden, they got their freedom by firing squad. You know what happens if you put the central bankers and the Federal Reserve on firing squad, United States? You might actually have an outbreak of freedom and world peace, but you're not gonna get that. All you get is Democrats and Republicans. That ain't gonna happen here. Hell no, they all got bank accounts and they need something in it. Bernie Sanders, your Barack Obama, your Donald Trumps, they all got bank accounts. As long as they got bank accounts, I know who they serve. You have that scripture, how to say, you can't serve two masters, you can only serve one. And do they got bank accounts? That's all you need to know. Hang on. This is too far now. Maybe I probably want to get to it. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. I gotta get going anyway. I gotta get going. There was a picture of Reagan, and it was cold outside. And dang it, well, he ain't playing. He came right out of jail with all these memes. He not even playing. I have to go out here and approve. Like I take time each day to go approve Beaufort memes. I don't know why it doesn't let me. I gotta show you this one. I'm sorry, I gotta show you this one. This is a good one from him coming out of prison. I really appreciated this. Telling the truth about okra. You gotta have alt okra. Gotta have alt okra. If you don't talk to your kids about okra, we will. I'm sorry, I enjoyed that one. He gonna go to prison for not for that one. They're okay with that one. I thought that was I mean, cause you know what? That was my profile picture. I knew he was coming for it. He was coming for it. Jonathan. Is Jonathan here still? He done told on me. They tag him and stuff. Yeah, you got to get Gerard. You got to get him. He made a new profile picture with his mouth out looking stupid. You know what? It's weird. I can't make my own, I can't have any profile picture I want. Cause this is why voting sucks. Because you make a profile picture and then you can tell and people don't like it because they don't vote on it. They don't hit the like button. People actually, they get mad. People actually get mad at me when I do stupid profile pictures. I don't know why. I do the Matrix ones and I have fun. People that inbox me, it's weird. Why can't I have my own profile picture? How come I can't make a stupid face? I'm not doom and gloom. Where's Susan Low Vibe at? I'm not doom and gloom. I literally laugh all day. I think this system is ridiculous. I make faces like that all day long. I hope that they're not like obvious, but all day long I watch people. Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you, I'll be honest with you. Everything is a Truman Show to me. I don't believe I'm here. I don't really believe I'm here. All day long I just watch people. Yeah. Man, you look like you about 62. Yeah, you really believe that? You do? And my eyebrow, it does. I hope it doesn't do that. On the inside, it does that. I just don't believe none of this is real. I think they got time machine. Time machine. That's it. They got time machine. I just don't think people can be this special, this late in life. I think you done been here for 50 years and you done fought your way through all of this. There's only levels of ignorance that you could actually be at. Ooh, there's a lot of good memes this weekend. A whole bunch of good memes. All right, let me do comments and get out of here. I gotta go. I got slavery. What we got? There is a war on for our thoughts and attention. Yes, it is. Ooh, Victor, I like how you put that. Because it's not a war. Because you know what? Because that reminded me of Alex Jones. And you're right. He was fake news on that because he said that, what is his saying? There's a war on for your minds. No, that's only part of the war. Your mind and your attention, your thoughts and your attention. Isn't that right, Victoria? That's spot on. Because you don't have to worry about what somebody's thinking if you got their attention. If they're looking this way while you're smacking them in the head that way, they're not worried what's in your mind because you're looking that way. You keep hitting them with false flags, you keep hitting them with what's happening in Iran and Iraq, and then worry about the pipeline in Syria, not the pipeline in New Jersey. Then they keep smacking the hell out of you, smack you on the left, do something on the right, smack you on the other side, do something. And I thought we learned that game as kids. You're right. If you take people's attention, it's what the media does. But then again, isn't that what the Coliseums was for? Let them eat cake. Are you not entertained? As long as you're entertained, they got you. Because you don't want to press that power system. You don't want to press the power button. If you're winning the war for your intellect, I think you want to press the power. I think you want to end the system. If they don't have you distracted, you have time to press the button. You can end the system. But if you're distracted and you're enjoying your cell phone upgrades, your new houses, new cars, all the things that comes from slavery and colonization, oppression from a system that's based in power where you can just press the button, turn the power button off, then nothing will change. Time machine, they got a time machine. We're all connected. Yes, we are, Sandra. We're all connected. And when people start to realize that and act on that, beautiful things happen. You can't hurt anybody else without hurting you. So many reasons for constipation. Whoa, what y'all talking about? It can be a chronic problem. It's not always a G suggestion that you just need to eat better. Natural smoothies, ignorant responses. Oh, the ignorant responses, Deborah? Okay. Yeah, well, you know what? It's definitely not a Gerard suggestion. That's your body. Your body will constipate if you don't eat what you're supposed to. And it'll urinate when you not urine, but the other one, not constipated, but diarrhea. You think you ain't supposed to eat, bad things happen. You listen to that. But you have people who go for days. I know people say they go for days and not have a number two. You need to go to the hospital. You're gonna go to the morgue. You got to get that out. You can't have things decaying and rotting inside of you. I gotta get going too because it's a Big Tree. Del Big Tree is on. He's over in Jersey, not too far from me. Looks like something's happening again. They're trying to force people to do something they're not supposed to do. Trying to tell people they know what's better for their kids and what they know is for their kids, and they need to take a corporation's product and shove it inside of them. So that's the fight he's been in over there lately. So that's probably what he's filming. No cheese for our Daniel. Yeah, Daniel's constipated. He shouldn't have no cheese. Reaganomics. Daniel, that's what it was called. Granny giving it hell. Yeah, Victoria, Granny was not playing. She was wearing those bars out, showing people what we're supposed to be doing. Inspiring me. She's 91. I'm only 32. Inspiring me. I got to exercise more. I got to get my cardio back in place. Daniel said that's hot. Well, Daniel, that's disgusting. Daniel, what's wrong with you, man? That's nasty. That's hot. You can't take Daniel nowhere. Take somebody somewhere and they look at your grandma and be like, ooh, Daniel, you've been drinking too much of that breast milk. Leave some of that breast milk for the baby. Stop leaving bottles alone, man. Leave that crack alone. She's eating what Dr. Sebi ate. I bet you, Victoria, I think you're right. I think you're on it because Dr. Sebi did that too, didn't he? He'd go on stage and he was in his, 70s? And he'd like jump in the air and land on his knees or something like that and show people you can do that. I bet he was. I bet she is. When you eat the food you're supposed to eat, the body performs as a human body should. If you don't eat what you're supposed to eat, your human body will perform as an American body, which just shouldn't. And it's just a scientific anomaly that the human being in America is actually still walking and talking, and it hasn't just like turned to a pile of glyphosate glue, but just spread out. That reminded me of that Statue of Liberty, the one that's melting. I wish I could find that. There's just too many posts. I don't know who goes on my page and posts all this stuff. There's too many posts on my page. Otherwise, I go the one with the Statue of Liberty melting. That was pretty cool. I'll never get down to the bottom of it. I don't know. People take over my page. They post a bunch of stuff. It's never me. I know y'all think it's me posting all the time. It's not me. Something takes over. Oh, is this it? Yes, this is it. I'm gonna show you this. We're gonna end on this. Speaking of powering it down, somebody posted it this weekend and shared it out. I appreciate it. Right here. Oh, that's not it. That was the don't get drafted. Pretend you're pregnant. Check this out. Right here. Right here. Police in Atlanta make a monumental move. Let me move it over this thing. To disband the entire drug unit to focus on actual crime. That's that power button. That's that power button. Real police fight real crimes. Real police keep the public safe. Real police police. They don't put people in prison for political crimes. And the war on drugs is a political crime. It is a law written by politics, by politicians to get you to turn on people who are unpopular. The whole war on drugs needs to end. Men need to step up and women need to step up who are police officers and actually start going after the bad guy, not the political guy. Everybody, including that's Daniel, because he one of them. I know this explains why he thought grandmama was hot. Yeah, in the war on drugs, except for Daniel. No. In the war on drugs, except for whatever Daniel put in his coffee this morning. No. In the war on drugs. I mean, that's real talk, right? If you're tough guy, protecting people, you need to go after Epstein and his friends. You need to go after people killing people, robbing people, and murdering people. Not after poor kids who live in a ghetto or trailer park who actually can't even afford to buy school lunch. So I love that. I don't know the details of it. Ooh, how did it got pushed down? I don't know all the details of it because I actually didn't read it. Reading it takes so much time to read. I didn't read it. Then there was no audio book, although I think you can go to that and press read to me, and the Deep State software will read it to you, and I probably should do that. The headline got me. It came from the Free Thought Project, and the idea of actually taking tough people who want to be heroes and putting them in a position to do tough things that make them heroes is a fantastic thing. But unfortunately, we got Democrats and Republicans, so in a capitalist world. And so they're not going to do what's right. They're not going to use the tough guys who want to be heroes, doing heroic things, making us feel safe. They're going to do the things that scare us into making us give up more of our rights and to take more of their rights so we don't hit that power button. We can't press the button because we're not going to be safe. You can be safe. Just press the button. That's all you got to do. You don't need to fight a system. Systems are constructs of users. If you don't use the system, it falls. There's no reason to fight the system. You got nothing to fight but yourself. Everything you need to fight is in your window. All you got to do is press the button. That's it. And the system turns right off, just like you press the button. That's it. But only in your personal life. You can't press anybody else's button. Don't be trying to press other people's buttons. I gotta say that because you have to say it because you know that people get out the market. We gotta make everybody press the button. No, you don't. No, don't do that. We might have to go extinct. You can't make people press the button. All you can do is encourage them. But you press the button, and you press the buttons you want to press. Right? Don't press something because I press it. I press the button on corporate greed. I pressed that. I left corporate America. I pressed the button on Democrats and Republicans. I accept that they're both slavers and they're based in a system that requires slavery, mass incarceration and war. I pressed the button on, I pressed the button on the grocery store for the most part, although I saw Marty the other day. I eat mostly organic. I want to help the organic farmers. I buy as local as I can. I pressed the button on billionaires international trade. I had very little to do with them. I pressed the button on Christmas. Christmas is becoming a very small thing for us now. I pressed the button on Amazon Prime. I'm fine with you ordering from Amazon Prime, but I personally think it's a bad idea to have a Lex Luthor in a time if somebody's using a time machine, going back in time, change things. I think it's a bad idea. I think the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, a bad idea, and it's thousands of them, families and all their family members, taking all that power and putting it in one person. I think that's a bad idea. I press the power button on that. I mean, y'all can post what you're supposed to press, what you're pressing the power button on. I think you need to look at your world and determine what doesn't work and what pile of bull shizzle that you don't want to hand to your kids. Where the dung beetle at? And press the power button on it. It's a fantasy construct. We literally live in a matrix. It's a fantasy contract. You press the power button on it and it just goes away. I gotta find a dung beetle because I need a dung beetle. Dung, where you at? Where you at, dung? Where you at? Because this is us. Is this him? Nope, that's not him. That's the draft. Don't be drafted. If you got to get pregnant, but don't go fight for war criminals. All right, I can't find it. Don't see it. I must have deleted it. I swear I just used it. Anyway, that's that. I gotta go. Slavery. I gotta go. We ain't pressed the button on slavery yet. So I gotta go get my cotton. I tried to. I pressed the button on America. I pressed the America button. I don't believe anymore. I just don't believe. I'm a horrible American, like George Carlin said. I pressed the button on that. We don't have to have an America anymore. It's not America. It's just nations, period. We don't need nations. We joined in nations because we were scared of each other. We need to stop being scared of each other. We don't need nations. We don't need to group up against people anymore. I pressed the button on race. I don't believe in African Americanism. I don't believe in colorism and black. I don't believe in constructs of slave owners and slave masters. I think it's a bad idea to carry that legacy anymore. I realize that all they do is put you in conflict with somebody else and get you to be proud of it. And the more proud you are of it, the more that they want to fight you. Now we can take care of everybody. We have no reason to play that game anymore. I pressed the button on race. I pressed the button on religion. I admit that I really don't know what's going on. I still like scriptures. I still love the scriptures in the Bible, but I don't believe they're the word of God. I had to press the button. I realized that there were copies upon copies upon copies. When you find all these copies of those scriptures in that book, then you know it's not the original book. And I accept that. I don't expect you to accept that. It took me a long time. If you told me that 20 years ago, I said you's crazy. You know, but now I'm in a place where I realize I'm being played on that. I got to press the button on that. So I'm not in conflict with my atheist, you know. I pressed the button on flat earth. The hell do I know? Yes, I pressed that. Whoa. Flat what, huh? You press what? I pressed that button. I pressed the button on conspiracy theories. Why? What do I know? NASA lies to them like they lie to me. My bigger issue is not with people yelling the earth is flat. My bigger issue is with a government that's lying, that's making people think that the earth is flat. I pressed the button on that. I'm not fighting them. I'm not in conflict with them. I'm not in conflict with anybody. I'm in conflict with conflict. That's it. That's the last button. Press that button. All right, this is Gerard. I gotta go. Listen, love y'all to death. I was looking for the last comment, see if I can wrap that around. Only bad Americans, good Americans. Yes, absolutely. Press that button on patriotism, Sandra. When you actually know what it is, you're more of a patriot for your neighbors and you'll know what patriotism is. But if you're a patriot for a flag that can be bought or assembled and you're symbol-minded, that's a problem. Only insane people are sane. This is true, Ken, and that's another button to press. Press that button on knowing everything. I had to press that button. I thought I knew a lot. I don't know nothing. I listened to the neuroscientists. I let the neuroscientists be good neuroscientists because I found out, it took me a while, they're better neuroscientists than me pretending to be one on the internet. And I listened to them. They explained where does psychopath come from. Well, psychopaths come from a system, from the environment. We literally make them. Press the button on that. Press the button on a system that manufactures mentally ill people and stop hating those people. Understand where they come from. I press that button. So I don't hate the Clintons. I don't hate the Obamas. I don't hate the Trumps. I don't hate none of them. I get that they were born to be that. And the environment, it praised that. And it made them them. You know, so I want to press the button on that. Anyway, I had to go. This is Gerard. Love y'all to death. I am out of here. Definitely press the button on War on Drugs. Power it off. Turn the systems off. And I press the button on myself. I got to do this because it's fun. I press the button on myself. Let me see if I know how to do this. See if I can fade out. I like toys. Hang on. I'm going to make myself do the transporter. I press the button on myself because I realized I don't even know me. I was an indoctrinated beast created by killers, murderers, and rapists, and I haven't found myself yet. And everything I do now is to try to find my real self and make this monster that they created fade into the background. Anyway, I had to go. Y'all have a great day. It's Gerard. Love y'all to death now. Bye-bye.